And greetings, everybody. This is Joe at Jimmy Cigars. Very special evening tonight. Time to celebrate 5,000 subs. I've gotten dressed up, got a bottle of bubbly. I'm ready to have a good time tonight. I know it's just a weeknight, but sometimes you just got to do what is right when the timing is right. Work nights be damned. There we go. I'd like to propose a toast to each and every one of you for helping me reach 5,000 subscribers. I know it took all of 7 years, but you know what? It's been a great ride, and I did this because I enjoy doing it. I love doing this. I love cigars. I love the community. I love the industry. And I love each and every one of you for helping me get through it all, because honestly, the feedback from everybody really was a big impetus for me to keep going and to not just quit after a couple of months. Having the feedback from the community has been really, really helpful. So this is to you. A toast to everybody who is a fan and follower of Juno Cigars. Here's to the next 5,000 subscribers. I can't wait. All right, time to light up a cigar, I think. I got lots of prizes. Lots of prizes to give away tonight. Of course, we'll have the big one, the thermoelectric humidor, and the good people over at Privada Cigar Club and my editor at Cigar Public hooked me up with 20 cigars from Blackbird Cigars to go along with that prize of that thermoelectric humidor to get that humidor started out, filling up quickly. So very, very cool, and I thank them for sending that little booster pack to kind of pad the prize a little bit more. Speaking of Privada, since I am starting off the live stream with some champagne, I am going to start with the Privada champagne cigar as the first cigar of the night. Got a few people already on the live stream, which is very cool to see. Oh, we got Texas Taurus is in there, Christopher Sid, Enzo, Lorenzo, Kurt Williams, Joe 68. Hey, there's some Sago VIPs in this live stream. Always love seeing that. We got tech support, Bulldog Gray, D. Houston, Steven, brother, what's up? Mike Vincent, Johnny Three Putt, Kurt Williams. Of course, we've got Cigar Hound Dog. Very, very cool. Appreciate the donation, brother. And we've also got Peter over at the Cigar Collective. Thank you very much for tuning in, sir. All right, so this is really just me shooting the breeze with anybody who wants to light up a cigar with me. If you have the opportunity, let me know what you're smoking. Let me know what you want to talk about. That's what this is all about. And throughout the evening, I'll be releasing prizes at the very end, towards the end of the live stream. I don't want to say at the very end, but towards the end, towards later in the evening, probably around 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock, I'll announce the winner of that thermoelectric humidor. Oh, we got some more comments. Holy cow. They're coming in. Kurt Williams. Ha. Thank you, brother. I'm glad that you're wearing only the most badass attire. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. Who else we got on here? No worries, Texas. Bulldog Gray 8, smoking Almafuerte. Very good choice. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. I actually had that logo. I've been sitting on that logo for a few weeks now, and I figured, hey, I'm doing this live stream for 5,000 subs. What a time to do the debut of the new logo. So, yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Cigar Carpenter, thank you very much, sir. Yes, I do. It's actually Prosecco. I actually prefer Prosecco to real champagne, but, It's cold and refreshing, and actually going pretty well with this cigar right now. Who else we got on this live stream? We got a lot of people tuning in here. That's very, very cool. Curry is smoking a Tatuaje PCA 2023. Yeah, Bill, you got to know where to give the cigars if you do win. All right. Texas Taurus, it's okay. Start small. That's the way it goes. The first month that I started, I think I got all of 13 subscribers, and then it just kept building and building and building. And so, yeah, just keep fighting the good fight, brother. It's all good. Don't get too distracted about rate of growth at this point. Just do what you love. And Cigar Collective, thank you very much, sir. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Not a bad cigar to have smoked in your honor. Yeah, that's kind of, I know exactly what you mean by that. That's, Texas, one thing that really does help if you can do shorts as a video content, even if it's just, snippets from other videos you did. If there's a part of the video you want to highlight, make it into a short. It really does help with that. Algorithm goes a long way, All right, we got people texting me. Oh my gosh, so many things. All right. Trying to focus. Oh, thank you, Bill. Yes, always good to be smoking with other people. Yeah, Kurt, man, that cigar is so good. Let it get to the right acclimation, and you will not be disappointed. It is one of my favorite, if not my favorite cigar of the year so far. It's definitely a front runner at this point. Hey, man, you can't argue with genius. All right, so just want to give everybody a rundown of the different prizes. Been sponsored by a lot of different cigar companies over the last couple of months. They've been really generous and sent a lot of things my way. And yeah, I'm going to be paying it forward a little bit. Stuff from Drew Estate / Hoya de Nicaragua. We got stuff from Villager Cigars and from JC Newman. All three of these companies have been really good friends of the channel over the years. So I have a lot of stuff from them, and I'll be pushing those forward. Like I said, I've got 20 different cigars. Well, four or 5 packs from Blackbird Cigars, donated by my editor over at Cigar Public and Cigar Privada Cigar Club. So that is going to be added to the main grand prize tonight, the Thermoelectric Humidor by Need One, the 23L by Need One. That'll be included as far as the grand prize. You got 20 cigars plus the Thermoelectric Humidor. Pretty cool. So yeah, I've got just all kinds of stuff to give away. Super excited to be able to do that for everybody. AJ is smoking something here tonight. Very good. Very nice pairing right there. Hey, man, the mood just felt right. Although I should probably be drinking scotch and smoking cigarettes if I was really going to be doing the whole Thomas Shelby vibe. But, it's champagne and cigars for me tonight. So, Eric, SAGO is an acronym for Smoke a Good One, which has been it was kind of the default slogan of the channel since day one. Not sure how it happened. It just kind of fell off. It rolled out of my mouth the first video I did, and it just stuck. So that's where SAGO came from. And Marcus, welcome, brother. Another hashtag VIP, SAGO VIP in the house. right now. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for tuning in. It means a lot. Something full-bodied would be my recommendation. Yes, Hound Dog has been a friend of the channel ever since he joined the YouTube sphere with his own channel, which has grown remarkably fast. Just a huge kudos to Matt over at Cigar Hound Dog. He's done an amazing job growing his audience and his presence in the YouTube sphere. So congratulations, Matt, for his continued success. Agreed. Okay, so now that we've got everybody here, basically, we all kind of tuned in as far as what we are smoking, what we're drinking. Now we just got to figure out what you want to talk about. I guess I could start right off the bat and give away something just to get things going. Yeah, man, the Frank Leonzo, that was a surprisingly good cigar. Thank you, Sergio. Thank you very much. Appreciate you tuning in. Oh, we got almost 40 people on the live stream already. That's pretty good. I'll take that. 41. 41. Keep on growing. Now, if I was a well-prepared live streamer, I would have already figured out what I was going to do as far as how I was going to conduct the giveaways besides the main giveaway. I already know how I'm going to do that. I'm going to get just a random number generator towards the later part of this live stream and just do it that way. But as far as doing the other 3 giveaways that I have on the docket, not entirely sure how I want to do that. I think what I'll probably do is, I think Enzo, that is a very good idea. I think I will just come up with some on-the-fly trivia questions, and whoever can type it in the chat box first will get the prize as we do them. Now, if somebody wins a prize, you are no longer eligible for the further prizes. Just wanted to let you know that before we get any further. And also, another little bit of information. The prizes are going to start small. None of these are bad prizes. These are all really good prizes. Let's just say that right off the bat. All of them are great prizes, but the prizes will get gradually bigger as the night gets on, just to reward those who stuck it out the longest for the night's live stream. So, and the Barbonets are in the house. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thank you, D. Houston. Appreciate it. All right, so I think I'm going to do a giveaway right off the bat. Just get things going. Yeah, Cigar Collective, you heard wrong. Yeah. Don't think that's going to happen. Good question, Johnny. It's a question a lot of people ask, as a matter of fact. There's all kinds of different options. And the default answer that everyone gives is do something with the Connecticut shade wrapper. Okay, yeah, that's the obvious choice. There are other things you can do. There is a lot of really good, very smooth and sweet Maduro cigars out there as well that aren't necessarily, Connecticut shade. That doesn't mean, just because it's Connecticut shade doesn't mean it's going to be super smooth or easy to approach. There are some that are pepper bombs out there. There are some that are really, really spicy. There are some that are just pretty bold in flavor in general. So maybe not the best choice. One that I have introduced a lot of people when they're first getting into the cigars is the Arturo Fuente 858 in Maduro. That one is a really easy to approach cigar. It's sweet. It's mild on the spice. It's very smooth. Doesn't have a whole lot of nicotine. And it's very affordable. And you can find it in a lot of cigar shops. So that's one that I like to recommend people to. All right. Let's see here. And yeah, Texas is completely right. Samplers are a very good place to go when you're a beginner. You start trying all kinds of different things. You start discovering things that you like. You discover things you don't like so much, and it kind of directs you in your journey as far as which cigars are more to your palate. Just because a lot of people say this cigar is great doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be great for you. Okay, your palate is as unique as your personality. So just be aware that you're going to have to be the ultimate arbiter of what is good and what's not, because you're the one who's going to be smoking the cigars. All right, so time to come up with a trivia question. So the first trivia question, and this is going to be for the first prize of the night. We've got a 4-pack sampler from Drew Estate in Joya de Nicaragua. We've got a Cinco de Cinco. We've got the blackened shade to black. We've got the Joya de Nicaragua Clásico. And then we also have the Liga Privada Selección de Mercado by Drew Estate. 4 cigars to give away. And the trivia question is, what is the name of the silent movie of which the villain, the Joker, in the Batman series was inspired by? What was the name of the silent black and white film upon which the character, the Joker from the Batman series, was inspired by? First person to answer the correct answer in the chats wins that 4-pack. First prize. Let's get this going. These are going to be difficult questions, just saying. Phantom of the Opera is incorrect. Good guess, though. By the way, this silent film upon which the character was based on, scary as hell, man. Just, jeez. Freaking scary, just visually. It's a silent film. There's not a lot of audio besides the backing. Oh, hey, here we go. Stephen Kenny has got the question correct. The man who laughs. Oh, Ben also said it, but Stephen was first. He was the first person to send it in. So, Stephen Kenny, you have won the first prize. This 4-pack is yours. Be sure to email me, jonascigars@gmail.com, so I can get your contact information. All right, so there we go. A bunch of people got it correct, actually. Josh got it. Well done there, but just a little bit too slow. Yeah. Manuel got it, but he was a little late. Yeah. So Steven gets it. Congratulations, dude. You win the first prize of the night. Of course, you do know that means you are not eligible for any other prizes tonight leading up to the grand prize. So there you go. All right. So there'll be more prizes. This is just the first of 3 before the grand prize. So everybody, there's still plenty of stuff to be won here. Choked on some smoke there. All right. We got that's a very interesting. So did you find that one? I'm interested, AJ. Did you find that one to be really? I mean, that was, if that was your first cigar, it was, I'm assuming it didn't keep you from smoking others. So I guess it wasn't too strong. Or what do you think? What was your experience with that? If that was your first cigar? Because I do like that cigar quite a bit, but it is pretty bold. Pretty full body, too. Hey, man, you know. And if there is anybody who would like to join the live stream, just be on camera. No pressure, you don't have to. But if anybody who wants to be, hit me up on my email, and I'll shoot you over a link, and you can join me. Be happy to talk. This is all just a hangout sesh, really. Good evening, sir. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Great to see you on the live stream. You were correct, AJ, but a little bit late. And I am doing very well, just so you know. Feeling very good today. It was about 102 degrees yesterday with about an 89% humidity. I was sweating my ass off at work all day. And then we had a thunderstorm system roll through last night. Rained most of the morning this morning. And now we're in the upper 70s. Still pretty humid, but it's not nearly as hot as it was yesterday. I almost died yesterday from dehydration. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but man, I was not feeling too good yesterday. I'm really glad I didn't schedule the live stream for yesterday. I heard that. I heard it's pretty rainy. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you that just the image of the man who laughs is creepy as hell. It's really scary. Oh man, that is hot. Wow. Welcome, Sal. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the kind words and the encouragement. And the same to you as well. All right, we got a few people chiming in here. Let's see what we got. Wow, it's 93 in San Francisco. Is that rare? Because I mean, with San Francisco being right there on the bay, I always got the impression that it's not typically that warm, but maybe I'm mistaken. Is it always? Does it typically get that hot in the summertime? I don't know. Never been to California. Yeah, man, Texas is just the worst when it comes to heat. Oh, okay. Well, that makes a little bit more sense. Whole time I'm thinking it was San Francisco. Never mind. Yeah, I'm aware. Now I'm aware of what he was talking about. All of a sudden, it makes so much more sense. Dude, man, that is insane. Yikes. Wow, that's fortunate. Can't do that here. Yeah, the trade-off is you have very mild winters. That is There are a lot of Texans in this chat tonight, man. Quite a few. Hey, man, don't mess with Texas. Got a lot of supporters down there. I got family down there. My brother and his wife and kids live down in Texas, near the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I have not had that one, no. Is it good? It must be if you went ahead and bought a box. Must be box worthy. Yeah, I envy. Yeah, 67 sounds pretty good right about now. Sounds pretty good. 82 is not bad. especially for South Florida. Usually it's pretty damn hot this time of year. South Florida. It's not too bad right now in St. Louis. Although, like I said yesterday, it was death, just the worst. The cliche to say here in St. Louis, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. I think it's actually both. It's the heat and the humidity together. It's like a perfect storm, and it just ends up being absolutely horrific. Oh. And then I work in a kitchen, and in the hot room where all the stoves, the fryers, and the ovens are, we've got AC in our building. Doesn't matter. You got that much of a heat load coming into the kitchen. It does not matter how good your air conditioner is. When you're putting in that much heat into the kitchen, it's just going to keep getting hotter and hotter. And then yesterday, I think it got to about 108 in the hot room. And even in the main part of the kitchen where there is no heating appliances, it was like 86, 87. And that's with the air conditioner on. And yeah, it's just really, really hot. Yeah, it's a little bit different when it's a dry heat. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, Bill, it's funny. I I know a lot of people have told me you should do food pairings with cigars. It just I don't get as interested in it as you think I would. I actually prefer doing pairings with beverages and cigars, but I even don't. I used to do a series of cigar pairings with cocktails and stuff. I used to do it, but I don't know. I just got away from it. It wasn't a big traffic producer, and it was very time consuming to do, and it was starting to get away with just doing the regular reviews. So I just kind of cut it out and focused on doing the reviews itself. Yeah. Thank you, Sean. Another hashtag Sago VIP. Well, thank you, Derek. Appreciate it. Taking it like a champ. Taking one for the team. There is that. There is this. Like Chris does bring up a valid point. It when you are working with food all day, the cigars and it almost becomes like a reprieve from work. There is that element to it as well. That's for darn sure. I still haven't tried a sound. Well, no, I did have a Sancho Panza, one of the newer ones, but I've only had the one. Whoa, hold on. No, no, no. We have not announced the winner for the main prize yet. That'll be later in the night. Closer to 10 o'clock Central Standard Time is when I'll be announcing that. Have not announced. I have announced one of the lead-up prizes. Stephen Kenny won that one. So have no fear. You have not missed out on the drawing for the main prize just yet. Got a couple people lighting up some Adventura cigars. I haven't had an Adventura in a little while. I've had the Queen's Pearls and the King's Gold. Pretty solid smokes. just as a reminder, if anybody would like to join the live stream and just sit and chat with me during the live stream, hit me up. I'll email you over a link to the live stream, and you can join me in the studio. We can chat in real time, face to face, as opposed to just on the text box. No pressure if you don't want to. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you tuning in for a brief few moments. Appreciate the well wishes. Thank you very much. And yeah, definitely have dinner with the wife. Appreciate you. Yeah, definitely light something up, man. Definitely light something up. Good evening to you as well. Absolutely. Hop on, man. I will send you a link. Just let me know. Send me an email, jonascigars@gmail.com. I'll reply with the chat link so you can jump onto the live stream. Happy to have you. Just checking to see if anybody else is jumping on in other places. Wow, we got 44 people watching on this live stream. That's quite a few for a little channel like mine. That's not bad. Thank you, Joel. Appreciate it. Very gratified. Very gratified. Started this channel back in June of 2017. Very first video, I think I released on June 12th of that year. I was a young guy back then. It was kind of funny because I did go back and look at that first video I did just to verify when was it, what was the actual date that I released that first video. And 7 years doesn't, 7 years is a significant long amount of time. Doesn't seem like a huge amount. I mean, it's less than a decade, but man, I definitely I don't look nearly as young as I used to look, clearly. Hey, no pressure, no worries at all. Daily overtime. Man, overtime's great, ain't it? Not yet, but it will definitely be in July at some point. Work is definitely slowing down once we get into July. So I'll have a lot more opportunity to do more things with the channel. So sometime in July, have not scheduled a specific date yet, but date will be announced in the next couple of weeks or so. Thank you very much. Like I said, all you guys, the feedback you've been giving me, the comments, people who took the time to comment, send me emails, send me messages, asking questions about cigars. These all help. I mean, it really helps me want to continue. And it's been a lot of fun being able to do this. And I started doing cigar reviews almost on a whim. I just knew I wanted to do something like that. And I wanted to do something that would hopefully help other people get interested in the cigar lifestyle, because I feel like the more people that are into the cigar lifestyle, the better the world will be. It'll make the world a better place. So if there is one way I could help make the world a better place, well, hell, why not? Smoking cigars wouldn't be too hard, so why don't we try doing that? Thank you, Devon. Appreciate you. That's a pricey cigar. Yeah, Kurt, I love reading with cigars, particularly with the bourbon in hand. That's always great. Love watching movies while smoking cigars. Love playing chess, playing poker. I did a video a long time ago, I think the first year or two that I was doing reviews, where I was talking about things to do while smoking cigars, my favorite things to do. That list has adjusted a little bit since I first released it, but some of the other things, I love just taking a stroll in a park or like a hiking trail and smoking a cigar. That's a lot of fun, being in nature while smoking a cigar. Fishing, I love fishing. I'm not a huge fisherman. I'm not particularly great at it, but I love sitting on the edge of a lake or stream and smoking a cigar. It's been great. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. This is exactly right, Lewis. That is exactly right. And anybody who gets into the lifestyle and avoids becoming a snob and avoids, uh, you know, being just a complete douche to people who aren't into it yet, you are also helping making the world a better place. Because cigars are all about connection. They're all about community. We need more of that. We need more communication with one another. I think men in particular need an outlet to connect to one another, and cigars make that much more easy to do, in my opinion. It's another great thing. Just love sitting, having conversations with people. I've had the best conversations in my life over a cigar with one other or more people. It's just great. Yep. It's the way to do it, man. That is the way to do it. What's up? Aromatics. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping by. And Rick Anderson's in the house. I appreciate. I'm glad to hear that. I am really glad that I was a part of you getting into cigars. That's one of the most gratifying compliments anyone can give me. Is that if you found that the content I put out helps you along the cigar journey, great. Mission accomplished if that is the case. Yep. It's very relaxing. That's great too. Yeah, that is great. And I have done that myself. Well, there you go. There's another pragmatic reason to watch my reviews. Need more champagne. Thankfully, I have a whole bottle still. Correction, I need more Prosecco. It's all sparkling wine. Tip Top Smoke Emporium in the house. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. All right. Let me see. Was hoping to get a few people who wanted to join me. Hey, Texas. I'll shoot you over the link. Yes, but it's always money well spent. Always well spent. All right, let's see here. What we got? Who are we doing? Hmm. Here, I'll send you the link. Give me 1 second. Oh, hold on. Here we go. There you are. Let's get you onto the live stream here, say. Yeah, it's no worries, man. Every now and then the neighbors' dogs will be going nuts. Thankfully, they're all inside this evening, so I don't have to worry about that shit. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. This is all very true. You know, when they first released this cigar from Privada, the Privada Champagne, I had it already smoked it a couple times, and I always liked the cigar. I always had it in the morning because it's a lighter cigar. Always had it with coffee. Man, it's going really well with Prosecco right now. Just saying. Really good. Not a lot, but if you want to join the live stream, man, if you got time and you want to, I'll send over the link via Instagram, and you can hop on, chat during the live stream. Hey, hang on a second. I'll send you something. Link is coming your way, so hop on if you feel so inclined. Anybody interested in a really cool up-and-coming podcast that I have also been a guest on now 3 different times, The Bourbonists. Rick, that's a great question. It's a very interesting question. And I'll tell you some. I'll know there's a couple out there that a lot of people... all right, I'll start off with one. And it's not that I dislike the cigar. I just don't think it's that great for me. Just putting it out there. Aesthetically, it's stunning. It's a beautiful cigar. And I know why people like this one. It's just the flavor profile just does not do it for me. And that is the Andalusian Bull. I've reviewed the cigar. I've had it multiple times. It's just not my favorite cigar. It's just not that. It doesn't do it for me. And again, I know why people like the cigar. And for those who like that particular flavor profile, it's got a lot of mustiness. It's got a lot of wood, a lot of cedar. It's got some nuttiness to it. It's a very dry smoke texture to me. And I would liken it to there's a lot of people who like just the really, really bone dry white wines. And that's completely, if you like that sort of thing, great, more power to you. It's not for me, but a lot of people love the Andalusian Bull. I'm just not one of them. And it's not as though I hate it. I don't hate it. Very few cigars I outright hate. But that's one that a lot of people really like that cigar a lot. Now, the Olmec was my number 1 cigar the year before, and I still love that cigar. In fact, it's on my docket to smoke later tonight. I'm going to smoke that cigar. I love that cigar. Yes, everybody knows by now that Peter of the Cigar Collective just loves the Chinchale. Yeah, it's really funny. Like, I smoked that, so I did a review of it earlier this year, I think it was. And it was fine, but it was Crown Head's most expensive cigar in their portfolio to date. yeah, I'm just not so sure about it, man. I was expecting more. I was expecting more. I don't know what flavor wise I was expecting. Obviously, I really don't have many expectations about that, but yeah, it's one that I thought I should really try it again after it ages because I've got some more. It's been in the cabinet for a while. I should probably give it another shot in another month or so. No, that's complete. Your palate is your palate, man. It's there's no shame attached to this. If you don't like a cigar that a lot of other people like, it's fine, man. Just having the character to acknowledge it is good. Yeah, the old Mac will definitely be coming up for me later tonight. It's one of my favorites by Foundation for sure. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Was that one? Was it an infused cigar, or was it just a cigar that naturally had that sort of incense aroma and flavor? That's interesting, though. Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people who weren't particularly impressed by the Lavareda. I mean, it was. I feel it was a solid cigar, but for the price, especially considering it came from Crown Heads, that has just so many really good sticks in their lineup, um, they set the bar pretty high. So when they were announcing this one that was even, the most expensive one that they had done today, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, what are we going to be getting from here? Yep, I am as well, man. Very much interested to see how that one goes after it has. So, in regards to the blood medicine, I don't know. I haven't had it yet, but it's coming up. And then the Mil Diaz, I love the original Mil Diaz. I think I like the Mil Diaz Maduro even more. That cigar was, man, that really hit it just right for that one. And we've got the Bourbonists. Hey!
Hold on.
What?
How do I work this? I'm an old guy.
Oh, whatever, man. You're younger than me. I know that for
What's
a
up,
fact.
dude? How are you? It is
I'm
a
good.
fact. It is 100% a fact. So you're smoking on the champagne, huh?
I am. Had this one sitting in the humidor since last year, and I for whatever reason I wanted to smoke it earlier because I really liked it in the morning, and then into the back of my mind was like, he said this cigar was actually really good with champagne. I got to try it with champagne, which is what I'm doing tonight, and it's smoking really, really well with the champagne. So,
well, you got to celebrate, man.
Yeah, it's good, really good.
I've got the Blackbird Rio about to light up.
Oh yeah, that's a great cigar. We're going to be giving away some Blackbird cigars with this grand prize tonight.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
Well, does the person have to be grand to get grand prizes, or
well, if they win it, they will be grand by default. That's part of the thing. If you win this prize, you are now grand. It's just how it goes.
Let's see if I can. I don't know. We're in the studio. We're in the studio.
The daily. So here's a question for you, Adam. Here's the question on the screen right now in front of us. Have you had the Delay Istanbul yet?
Not the Istanbul, no.
So I know a lot of people who really like the cigar, and I know a couple of people who just did not think it was great at all. I didn't have that great of an experience with it when I did a review, but I need to give it another shot because I don't know the way I described it. A lot of people were just telling me, man, no, that's not been my experience with it. So I want to give it another shot just to see if I got a bad one, if it was a one-off, Yeah. So Chris, so Carpenter, Cigar Carpenter, yeah, he had this cigar and he wasn't crazy about it either. Yeah, I don't know what was up. It just didn't taste right for me. But I like Luciano's stuff. I mean, most of the stuff that he puts out, I'm a big fan of. But
Absolutely.
this one, yeah, Cigar Collective. He didn't like the cigar at all either. So,
well, see, and I don't. That's because the original delay is there's two now, right? The Istanbul's the new one.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think I'm not trying to keep up with all the trends here, but it's a hard thing to do, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's a new cigar every 10 minutes. It seems like,
right? Mostly Gurkhas. So
he's not wrong.
I'm not. Here, I'm going to try to set this up a little higher here. No, the original delay is fantastic. One of my favorite flavor notes to get on a cigar is graham cracker.
Yeah.
And the delay is huge in graham cracker, at least in my experience. I haven't tried the new one. But yeah, it would be very surprising to me if I didn't find it good because I haven't had a bad Luciano cigar.
Right.
I got one of the new Pandas, like the new Vitolas that they put out this year, and I think I smoked one from the first batch, and so it was a little bitter. But I just think it because it's brand new, hadn't been in the humidor for more.
Yeah. And that's been my experience with a lot of cigars is when they first come out, you got to be careful because oftentimes they just, even if they have been aged a couple months at the aging room in the factories, it never hurts to leave them in for another couple months because they only get better after a couple months.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another participant here. What's up, Texas?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
What's going on, man?
What's going
Happy
on,
to
Mr.
have
Bourbonist? Jonas, congrats on those 5,000 subs, dude. That's huge.
Yeah, buddy.
Appreciate you.
I think you gave this to me. I don't know. Do you remember? It's an Eladio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I never had it before, so I'm going to try it. I wanted to make sure to smoke a Jonas cigar, so I got one, man.
Yeah.
I'm not kissing ass here, but I will say there is not much better experience than smoking a cigar with Jonas.
Aw.
Not gonna lie to you,
So
pal.
sweet, man. You give me the feels right here. You give me the feels. Now, Carpenter, I have not had that new Gurkha, the Tyson one, the Mike Tyson one. I'd be willing to give it a shot, though. It's funny because Gurkha is not completely bereft of good stuff. They do have the occasional really good cigar in their portfolio of, whatever 30,000 cigars that they have their name put on. They have one that was put out, the Revenant. That's fairly recent. I thought that was solid. It wasn't outstanding, but it was solid. It was definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
There's a couple cellar reserves that they do that are actually pretty good. And every now and then you'll get a ghost that smokes really, really well too. I've had ghosts that were just shit, and I've had other ghosts that actually tasted really, really good. Consistency has always been a problem with Gurkha, which is the biggest issue I have with them. They're always just seemingly throwing anything they can against the wall to see what sticks, and it kind of drives me nuts because it's just guys just pick a lane, do something, and just do it right, And it's not just the flavor consistency I'm talking about either. It's construction, it's draw, it's all those things. It's just like, man, if you guys put a little bit more effort into actual cigar production and blending as you do with the label and box creation that you guys put out, you might have a good company there.
Sure. Absolutely. I agree.
I'm happy to see that Texas Taurus actually got his laptop set up and not trying to finagle this with the iPhone 6. Good job, sir.
Yeah, I had to make sure to give the iPhone a break so it can charge for a couple days.
Let's see if I can.
We're making progress.
That's right. Hey, man. So long as you're moving forward.
That's right. Sorry. Don't mean to have my fingers here.
Oh, you're fine.
Probably breaking live etiquette.
No, there's hardly any etiquette to be worrying about here.
Did I miss a trivia? What was the last trivia question y'all had? Or did you?
The only trivia question I've done so far tonight. This is not a trivia night, but the way I'm giving away the 3 lead-up prizes to the grand prize tonight is I will randomly shout out a trivia question, and whoever types in the correct answer in the chat box first is the lucky winner. One Stephen Kenny won the first one for the first question, which was, what was the name of the silent film, black and white silent film, that inspired the character of the Joker in the Batman series?
Oh, man, I wish I was here for that.
I know.
Gosh darn it.
Well, it was there. I tried. I put the Phantom of the Opera, but I didn't know if you had another one while I was gone.
It was a good guess, but the correct answer was
Man.
The Man Who Laughs.
Oh, well, okay. I would have gotten it wrong anyway. Never mind.
Yeah. So maybe it's better you missed it.
Yeah. Well.
Thank you, Moses. Appreciate it. There's a phrase I never thought I'd ever utter in my life. Thank you, Moses.
Thanks for the congrats. Also, parting the Red Sea. That was pretty cool, too.
Yeah. Good job there.
Good. Well done.
Well done to smite those Egyptians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Avo Ritmo, when they first came out, were a really, really good cigar. Avo used to be just a super badass brand. They were bought by Davidoff a while ago, and even after they were bought by Davidoff, they were doing some really good stuff. Feel like the quality is kind of taken a hit over the last couple of years, but they do still have some good stuff in there. Fun fact, Avo Uvizian, of who started Avo Cigars, his music, because he was a music composer by trade, his music is my intro music for all my videos for cigar reviews on my channel. So just a fun little factoid there.
Hot dog.
It helps that it's royalty-free music, so I don't have to worry about copyright issues when I put it on there. So,
yeah, we made that mistake with our intro and with a lot of the music we made. So we get an email every once in a while like, hey, just remember, this is ours.
And you can't make any money off of this. It's like,
thank you.
Like, you can use other people's music, but forget about monetizing it. Not like I get a whole lot of monetization as it is, but beside the point. I'd rather it just not have that issue to deal with in the first place.
I think it's hilarious that they're like, you can use it, but unless you pay us, we can't allow you to get paid.
Right. Yeah, most of the time I have had other music before that wasn't, royalty free, and every time that I would use it, they would send me a message that says, it looks like the author is letting you use it, but if you get any monetization on it, they want a piece, which is code for they want all of it. So.
Mm-hmm. Wow, this Rio is fantastic.
Is it good?
Oh my gosh. This isn't Privada exclusive, is it?
Yes, it is.
It is? Okay.
It is. Yeah. That's like vintage Privada. That came out in, I think, 2018 or 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Or I think it was 2019. Pretty sure it's 2019.
Yeah, this is quite good. And proof that aging it in a humidor is what you should do.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. There have been so many cigars that I smoked when they were still new to the market, and they were good. They weren't bad, but man, did they went through just an incredible positive transformation after a couple of years in the humidor, after I forgot about them, and they were just sitting there for a while, and I was like, oh, I still have some of these. I'll pull one of those out. What the heck? And then it ends up being just like, holy, I don't remember it being this good. This thing is fantastic.
Yep.
There's one in particular I bought. Told the story a bunch of times, but someone was having a sale online. You guys remember the Drew Estate Norteños? Those cigars, they had the Bellicoso Fino, which is one of the smallest vitolas they make in that cigar. It's like a 4.5 by 48 or something like that. But anyway, they're selling boxes of 10 for like $30, which is that's insane. So I was like, I'm buying a box, clearly. And when they came in, they rested in the humidor for about a month, smoked it. It was okay, but it just felt a little bit harsh. The balance wasn't there. It was fine. I was like, okay, I spent $30 for 10. It's not a big deal. And then they sat in my humidor for literally 2 years. And then 2 years later, I pulled one out, and holy shit, did that thing get amazing. It was so good, creamy, chocolatey, the right amount of spice. Everything was in perfect balance. It was fantastic. So, yeah, they're all gone now. I don't have any more of them. I smoked them all. Yeah, the new Brazil Dias de Gloria, that's going to be coming up next month. I'm really looking forward to that. The first Dias de Gloria I really liked. And I love the fact that he's diving into using the Brazilian Matafina, or is it a Raparaca? I can't remember. I think it's Matafina wrapper, though, that he's using on that blend. Looking forward to it. Of course, I am a big fan of AJ, so.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure there's been a bad AJ cigar I've had.
They're very few and far between. Most of them have been hits for me. The ones that are my least favorite of his are more or less in the San Latano line, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're just not outstanding. They're solid cigars. But he's got a lot, like so many cigars that he blends for other brands are just out of this world good. Which I think is just so cool that, you know, he's willing to share some of his best tobaccos for his clients as opposed to just putting it all in his brand, which is really kind of cool. And no, Frankie D, we have not announced the main winner yet, but stay tuned, man. It will happen. And
stay tuned.
Speaking of which, I think it's time to do another giveaway. We got another giveaway to do. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I got a little prize pack from Villiger. Friends over at Villiger Cigars supplied the next prize here. We got 3 different cigars from Villiger. We got the Edición Limitada 2022. We got the Villiger Miami Lancero and the Villiger 1888 in Toro. We got those 3 cigars plus this really cool leather cigar case that happens to be cedar lined. So, yeah, we got all 3 of these cigars plus the case. Oh, and let's see. I think I got something else to throw in here. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Got a little Villiger single flame torch to throw in there as well. So this is going to be the next prize.
I feel like I'll subsequently become your Vanna White. Just like, ooh, I'd like that.
Yeah, so these cigars are going to be what's next. So we got to come up with another trivia question. I got to think of this on the fly. Let's see here. Let's make this a Jono cigar related trivia question. How about we do that? Let me do that. So here's the trivia question. What was the band who did the music for my first intro into my cigar videos? So I used to use music from a particular band. I no longer use them anymore because it's not royalty free. So whoever can name the band whose music I used for my intro music for my first videos, put them in the comments. First one to put the right answer wins this Villiger prize pack.
I feel like a bad.
Some people said Santana, no. Motley Crue, no. Oh, good guesses. Santana, Pantera, no. I definitely didn't use Pantera. Van Halen, no. Not Kiss, no. Dirty Mike and the Boys, no. Slayer, no. Village People, no. No, it wasn't In Sync either. Holy shit. Okay. Ozzy, no. Although that would have been
those 2 prizes just for the hell of it.
Bon Jovi, Hendrix. Nope, they're all wrong. All way off. Way off. Nirvana, no. Ooh, Dream Theater. That's a good guess, but no. Good choice, though. I've only met like 10 people in my life who actually knew the hell Dream Theater was. It was not Rush, and no, it wasn't the Dove Shack. It was not Zeppelin. Genre, I mean, it's alternative rock. Alternative rock from the 90s.
Creed.
It was not Creed, no.
Yeah, I feel like a bad fan because I don't know. Now I have to go watch your old videos now.
This is way back, way back. Getting a lot of really, really good guesses, but none of them have been correct yet. Blue Oyster Cult, no. ELO, no. Do like Electric Light Orchestra a lot, though. No. Black Keys, no. If there was any band that I would, if I could do music without worrying about copyright, Black Keys would definitely be my choice for sure. Coldplay, Pearl Jam, no. Meat Puppets, Alice in Chains, no. Oasis, no. Think California. And no, it's not Red Hot Chili. It's not Red Hot Chili Peppers. I know that kind of doesn't really clarify it for a lot of people.
Yeah, Tupac.
Not Tupac, no.
Think California.
Mm-hmm. California, 90s alternative rock. Temple of the Dog, 311. No, good guess, though. Eagles, Stroke 9. No, Beach Boys. Hey, hold on. We got a correct answer. Where'd it go? Shit, I just lost it. Hold on, let me go back. Dang it. Got up there, and then it just disappeared really fast. Hold on. Dang it, where did it go? Here he is. Lewis 76. You are correct.
Hey,
it was
nice.
Sublime.
Very nice.
Very cool. You did it. And the song was Summertime and the Living's Easy. That's a great song.
Sure.
Yeah, so that was so dude, Lewis, you won. You got to email me. jonascigars@gmail.com. Let me know what your email or your mailing address is, and I will send this over your way. Congratulations. Our second prize has been given away. There's still another left to go before the main prize. Hey, it's a good guess. Very good guess.
So you're sipping on some Prosecco?
I am sipping on Prosecco. I don't know if I'll get through the whole bottle, but, you never know. It's going down pretty easy. I think by the time this cigar is over, I'm going to be switching beverages. But for the time being, it's bubbly.
Have you found that like your love of cigars has opened up your love for different spirits?
Yes and no. The one that it's really opened up has been Scotch, because I wasn't a huge Scotch fan until I got into cigars, and now I love Scotch.
Nice.
So, but a lot of the other ones, like bourbon, I've always loved bourbon. And I've also come to love a rum a lot more, because especially in the summertime, rum and cigars is just fantastic. Absolutely love it.
Yep. Yeah, I was on the rum, riding the rum wave for quite some time, and now I'm into the bourbons and the whiskeys and all that stuff. Taking a little adventure in that. So
yeah, there's a lot of people who can't do the peat, man. I've just grown to love it.
Especially if you find the right cigar that pairs with that peat.
Yeah, man. It just takes it to another level. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So good. Oh, that's a good question. My favorite rum right now is Diplomatico. I really like Diplomatico a lot.
Which one? There's like 10.
The 12-year.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And Lewis, my email address, jonascigars@gmail.com. If you go to my channel, if you go to the About page, it'll be listed there as well. Now, one of my cohorts here on the channel, Smokey Sarge, Tyler, he's really into gin. And I'm not a big gin guy. I mean, I'm okay with it. I'll like a gin and tonic every now and then. It's just the clear spirits just aren't for me most of the time. And yeah, Rick, old fashions, they're hard to beat, man. Just so good.
I tell you what, I went to Ireland. In October it'll be 5 years.
Wow.
And they taught us how to make. We went to the Jameson factory. but we signed up for like the drink making class, and they taught us how to make old fashions with Jameson.
Nice.
Changed my life.
We have some sidebar action going on over here. We have a fight breaking out in the comment section. It's all in good fun, I'm sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, dude, I'm so happy that the first prize you ever won was with Jono Cigars on a live stream. That's so cool, man. Fantastic.
Look at the ash on that thing.
Looking pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Nice and tight.
Well, I've got a celebratory something for you, buddy. Got the 2022 release of the Heaven Hill 17 year.
Yeah, I'm on a big Heaven Hill kick right now.
I'm gonna kill that bottle for you.
The Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond is my new favorite bourbon right now.
Oh yeah,
so good.
Especially since it's become easier to find.
Yes, yeah, I'm really glad it's finally made our market. I feel like this is something that a lot of people, kind of like Weller, there's a lot of people have had it forever, and we rarely get it in our market. Like we'll get like 2 cases at a particular shop at a time, and it's never very expensive. Like the last time they had one at a Total Wine near my house. Thank you, Benjamin. Appreciate you. Last time we had one, it was a couple years ago. They had a couple cases shipped in of Weller, and they were limiting it 1 bottle per customer. So I was like, okay, I'll get a bottle. And it was $17. I was like, what? Well, this Privada Champagne's almost done. Ooh. Might have to get the cigar nubbing tool out here in a sec. Here we go. And I'll get the maximum out of it.
I know there's a debate on this, but guys, perfect draw tool. Y'all have one?
I don't have one.
Neither do I. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not a bad idea to have one. It's really funny because when I've done this a couple times where I've had a review and it's basically been thwarted to some extent because the draw was just bad. And I've had a lot of people just chiming in and be like, dude, just save the review and get the perfect draw tool. It's like, yeah, but it's kind of defeating the point. Because if I'm doing a review, it's not my job as the consumer to fix the damn thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? If the cigar is bad because of the plug draw, I need to let people know, hey, this one's got a plug draw. And typically I'll do a pre-review cigar if I have the opportunity. I'll smoke the cigar I'm getting ready to review before I actually do the video if I get the opportunity. Yeah. And there's been times where I've had the cigar 3 different times and it was plugged every damn time. Now I can easily just pull out a perfect draw and fix it, but it's like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose, in my opinion, of doing the review in the first place. It's like, hey, beware. You may not have a perfect draw tool. I just think if a cigar has got draw problems, I need to let people know about them.
Well, and a perfect draw is not the average tool in a average smoker's quiver. You know what I mean?
It's not for a lot. I mean, it can be.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't have them.
Yeah, I was at a local cigar shop here. I won't name the place, but one of the reps there, man, he was having the hardest time with the cigar. And he had this little perfect draw tool, like going at it. And I was probably looking for stuff for about 10 minutes, and he was still messing with it for like forever. Yeah. I was like, I'm thinking in my head, you work in a cigar shop, just grab something else. You know?
Yeah, and that's happened to me too, where it's like there was no saving this one. I was playing with the stupid draw corrector tool for a long time, and nothing was happening. It's like, and there's a difference between having a firm draw or a tight draw and then just a plug draw. You know the difference as soon as you've had a plug draw. Like, I don't mind a firm draw so long as you get a good amount of smoke out of it. And if you have there's been plenty of cigars out there where the draw was definitely on the firm side, but you still got plenty of smoke. And I know for a fact there are certain blenders out there that will deliberately make the draw firmer. Padilla's one. Rainier Lorenzo is another one. Every now and then they'll make cigars that have firmer draws on purpose because they're trying to concentrate the flavors a little bit, which works. It does something to the flavor if you do it right. and it's not just plugged. It does actually concentrate the flavor. Pretty cool. I think it's neat.
Yeah, there's been some times where I'll, like if I'm having a hard time with the draw, sometimes I'll kind of just roll it in my fingers just to get it just right.
Yeah.
And that's all it needs.
And it's weird because almost always it's somewhere right in the top half of the cigar, just below or right at where the band is. If you just kind of roll it right there, that's where I've had the most success. That's where I found where the frequent occurrence of plugs end up being right there for whatever reason. I don't know why that is, but that's just been my experience with it.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with the rolling process, like how much weight they put on their hands when they're rolling it up.
Possibly. A lot of times it ends up just being too much stem.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not going to pretend to be a master roller here, you know.
Yeah, well, you know. We can pretend, though. All right, got to figure out what's my next cigar going to be. I'm getting pretty close. All right. I think I'm going to go with an AJ cigar.
Oh, boy. There's a question. Favorite AJ that you've smoked recently?
Does it have to be specifically AJ's brand, or it could be just something that he's made?
Something he's had his hands in. Which that's half the cigar world.
But
But
still.
still.
Yeah, that's a lot. I really like the El Pulpo a lot. Thought the El Pulpo was really good.
Okay.
What's another one he's done? I mean, he's done so much with Privada, and a lot of the cigars he does with Privada I just absolutely love. He just gets stuff in his cigar flavor profile that it's just perfect for me. Every time he does something for their Wes Anderson series, I just love it. It's just so good.
Oh, I just had the Fantastic Fox the other day.
Yeah, was that great?
Oh my
Such a good cigar.
Oh, good. And then the Antonio, which is one of their newer ones.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I had that.
Go ahead.
No, I had that dark Sumatra. I want to say like a week or two ago. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people are rediscovering Man of War. President Eric just talked to this. I used to smoke a lot of Man of Wars. I don't know. What's the plural of man? Is it Men of War? Mans of War? Is it like the plural of attorneys general? I'm not sure. Ave Maria, that's another one that's kind of slept on a lot, I think. Ave Maria is a really good one. Diesel is another one. Diesel makes cigars with AJ Fernandez. Those are all I've had a lot of Diesels that I've really liked. I'm going to be doing the New World Dorado tonight as the number 2. So let's pull that up. This is actually the Figurado Vitola, which has got that very long little nipple at the end, which you can either cut and then light after that, or you can just light the little nipple. I'm going to do it the nipple lighting here.
Another phrase that you probably don't say very often.
Not usually, no.
Yeah. Have you had the tea?
Yeah, the tea is really good. Really good. And they're all good. Like the Maduro, the Habano, they're all fantastic. Every last one of them are really good.
I went because I have not found one yet here around where we live. I was up in Chicago for a wedding last year and found a few and pulled it out when I was like mowing the lawn. And I had to stop mowing the lawn because I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's one of those cigars you realize, probably shouldn't be mowing the lawn while I'm doing this.
Right.
Oh, well, I'm going to have a great time mowing the grass.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if the smoke's yellow, but I know what you're talking about. This is definitely one of his best regular production lines under his name that he does under the AJ Fernandez name. Really good. He's also really good at making like special edition cigars for other brands. Like I'm not a big fan of H. Upmann, but he did the H. Upmann 175th anniversary, and that one is so good. A really good cigar.
Have you had a chance to do the Scrooge?
No, I have not. Is it good?
I don't know. That's why I'm
Okay.
asking.
Yeah, okay.
We'll have that on an episode next month. We're all smoking the Scrooge together.
Cool.
So,
yeah, it's one of their bundle ones, isn't it?
It used to be. Now he sells it in singles.
Neat.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, I think you're right, Carpenter. That it is a cigar that just keeps getting better with age, and it's got the body. It's got the body depth to do that. There's a lot of cigars that they will age out, like especially those lighter cigars. After a certain amount of years, they just start losing flavor after a while, and it's just not that good anymore, and they're just kind of a shell of what they used to be. But that one, like a lot of other fuller cigars, when you have a fuller blend to begin with, it has more longevity as far as being able to age it longer. Absolutely agree with that. All right, switching to coffee. Champagne wasn't quite jiving with the Dorado today. So, what's it feel like right now, Texas, in your place? Hot, right?
Humid, hot. I mean, I've lived here all my life, and it's just gross. You know, it's you can't really complain about the heat. The last time I complained about heat, it didn't dawn. I was talking to my little brother. He was stationed over in the Middle East. I was like, okay, I'm gonna shut up now. He's like, yeah, it's 120 today. It's like that's what it is normally. I'm like, okay.
It's like that.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I put up a pool. Like we have a small, like 15-foot. My wife, like, I hated putting it up and leveling. I don't know if anyone's ever had a level a pool like looking above ground. Fucking sucks. Pardon me. It sucks. It took me like a week to do it, and this year I finally got perfect level. But the kids, they go playing it. Like either you have to have a body of water near you, some good ice,
right?
Make sure that AC is working. But yeah, the summers down here are pretty brutal. It is what it is, though. But yeah, I'm sitting outside, and there's no wind. I got wind chimes. Like those things are just hanging straight down. It's pretty warm, but
yeah,
I've lived here all my life. It's Texas, man.
Yeah,
our winters,
but I get it.
Yeah, our winters, man. Once we hit October, November, December, January, February, March, April. It's probably like anywhere from 60 to 70. And then once we get into like May, it's like the gauntlet of summer. It's like May, June, July. Last summer we had 3 months over 100 degrees. It's pretty warm.
Yeah,
but very mild winters. Like we don't ever get like freezes or nothing ever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my brother lives in Texas, just north of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we visited him in 2 different summers, and every time we go, it's just like, why are we coming down here in the summertime? Why aren't we down here in like late fall?
Yeah, go in the fall. Yeah, go in the fall, man. Like, even North Texas, they're probably about 10 degrees less than us. I'm in San Antonio. I work in South Texas. I know a lot of people that watch, like, or part of the community, like they're even like in my area or even south. The heat's just brutal. It's just it's very warm.
Yep.
So
now it's very funny because Cigar Collective makes a good point. He'd rather smoke in the snow than melt in the heat. I'm willing to agree with you, except when there's wind, it's almost impossible. Like I don't do cold well at all. Like I would prefer to be too hot than to be too cold. There's something about cold that just seems so anti-human to me that just I hate it. I hate the cold so much. And I get the tent up whenever the weather starts getting a whiff of coldness coming through. I put the tent up so that I have a place to smoke and do reviews in the colder months. But I'm always so happy when I can take the tent down and just smoke outside. the way God intended. But I don't know. There's a lot of people who are very much against me on this. Like they just do not like the heat, which I understand. But I'm just the polar opposite. I hate the cold so much.
Yeah, I can't do cold. But for us, cold is like anything less than 60.
Right,
So.
right.
Like I'll be wearing. I mean, I'm kind of like a heavier guy, and like I think that's like the saying where like animals like store up for the winter. Like I usually store up for the winter,
Right.
and I mean it'll be like 50 degrees. I'll be like, this is good shorts weather. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, some cigars do perform better in the cold unless it's like I don't know how many times people have had this happen where you go out and if you're going to be smoking in the cold, you actually have to let the cigar sit out. If you're going to be smoking outside in the cold, anyway, you can't just take the cigar outside and then light it up because a lot of the time the wrapper will just start cracking as soon as you light it because there's just too much of a temperature differential there. So when I'm in the tent, it doesn't make so much difference because I got a heater in there, so it doesn't really matter. But when, like, I've done this where I'll be like, okay, it's 38 degrees. It's not horrible. I can sit outside and smoke a cigar. And I've had so many wrappers crack because I just didn't set it. Word to the wise, if you're going to do that, if you're going to sit outside and it's cold, let the cigar sit outside before you light it for at least like 20 minutes.
Yep.
And then go ahead and light it. You got to let it acclimate a little bit.
Yeah, I've been kind of looking at one of my sons. He wanted one of my son's greenhouses we put up. He got it for Christmas, and it was cold. I was giving that thing looks like I'm gonna go in there and go smoke.
Yeah,
it's a pretty big greenhouse. It goes about 20. I want to say it's about 10 feet wide, and it goes back like 30 feet.
Wow, that's pretty big.
So, but I mean, we're still in the process of like build. I mean, you can't plant anything now. I mean, the only thing you can plant is like African plants, or like I asked my brother, he's like big into plants. I was like, man, I don't even know what I can plant right now. He's like, nothing. It's like
yeah, exactly right.
Absolutely nothing. It'll just fry and die.
Yeah, this is Matt Cigar Hound Dog is expressing his first world problems right now. It's
I like the temperature. He's honest. I mean, those are good temperatures right there.
Yeah, they are. I mean, obviously I have a preference myself. I prefer it to be below 80 and above 60. I'm fine with that. Like those are ideal for me. But I can do other temperatures. Like it's still above 80 right now, and it's pretty humid outside. And I'm okay. And I'm all dressed up. I got all this stuff on, but I'm doing okay. After you come out of a 110-degree kitchen, anything feels nice.
Right.
Oof.
I think I'm smoking this too fast.
Getting it hot.
You can't even see it because of my background. Now it's starting to cone. I need to take it easy.
Yeah.
Got a little cone in action.
You know, I've had a couple people tell me different things about ashing cones. Like I've heard people tell me that you're smoking it too fast if the ash is coned. Other people tell me that's a sign that there's actual Ligero tobacco in the blend. I don't know. I guess two things can be true at the same time.
Well, I didn't even look at the blend on this one. This is that EPC Aliados.
Yeah.
It's been enjoyable so far. Like I normally like something medium to full, and this is definitely taking care of me. I had that gosh, what was it, the Antonio the other day? I was like, I'm gonna pick up something like the Connecticut.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that one. I picked it up because it was Connecticut. Yeah, it was good. I told Matt, like, because Matt gave me that one, or Matt gave me the Davidoff Dragon.
Yeah,
and man, that was yeah. The Davidoff Dragon could have been a lot better.
Yeah, so there's the next Dragon I'll be smoking is actually the next review that's coming out. I'm supposed to be doing that review tomorrow. You ever heard of JM Tobacco? They put out a Year of the Dragon, and they sent some to me, and I thought, hey, why not? It's the Year of the Dragon. I'll give it a shot. So I've never had it before, interested to try it. And then after that, we'll be doing the Rocky Patel Year of the Dragon. So
there you go.
My experience with Years of the Dragon this year have been back and forth. The first one I did was by Maya Selva. That one was outstanding. The next one I had was the Gurkha Year of the Dragon, and that one pissed me off worse than any cigar I've ever had. And the simple reason was it was just this easily the most boring cigar I have ever smoked. And this is a $25 MSRP cigar. So it's just like, this is just stupid and unacceptable. And I famously went on this rant in the video, just like, what the hell is going on? Why on earth did they charge $25 for this stupid thing?
Because they can.
Because they can, and because they'll sell. And they did. It was dumb.
Did Plasencia come out with a dragon? I had the tiger.
Yes.
That was enjoyable. I haven't tried the dragon.
I have not had Plasencias yet either. I'd like to, but they're expensive. They're pricey. Yeah, I'm interested to try the Rocky Patel one, and there's a couple. I'd like to try Plasencia's Year of the Dragon. You know, it's weird because like Davidoff was like one of the first companies to really get on the Chinese Zodiac themed cigars. I mean, everybody's doing them now, but I would like to try it. It's just I'm just not willing to spend the money on the damn thing. It's just too much, and I've had cigars from Davidoff that are really good, and then I've had cigars from Davidoff. It's just like, who on earth thinks that this is a good value? It just doesn't make any sense. And there are cigars that are pricey, like the Maya Selva. I mean, the Maya Selva was a $25 cigar. I went out and bought 6 more after I smoked the first one. It was just that good. I was like, yeah, I'll spend $150 to get some more because that was a really good cigar. Yeah. And it was big. It was a big freaking stick. It was almost a 2-hour smoke, so it was really good.
Like a double Toro or what
it was a double Corona. It was 7x54.
Oh yeah, that's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raw Mexico needs to come out with the Year of the Dragon.
Yeah, I'd buy it. Cost me probably $6.
Yeah, right.
And that'd be one of their more expensive ones.
Yeah, I haven't ventured. I mean, I've tried a lot of cigars. I've only tried one Gurkha. I finally smoked a Gurkha. I want to say within the last year. It was that Gurkha Silver Spooky or something.
Yeah, I haven't had that one.
Yeah, don't. It was literally notes of manure and hay. And I guess some people like manure cigars.
A real barnyard experience.
It was, like 100%. Like, I was like, because I smoked it and I was like, this tastes really odd.
Yeah.
And I started looking at other reviews and people were saying, they're like, I mean, I like the hay and stuff, like, especially like in the candelas. Like, there's some candelas that I prefer.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that one was manure and hay, man. And I don't think I even finished it. I probably got like halfway through.
Yeah, there's been a few cigars right this.
Man.
Yeah. So
sorry about that. Phone died.
Totally fine. Yeah, President Eric, if you get a chance, definitely that year puff. I rated that one. That was a Cigar Public review, and I rated that one 92. Really good cigar. Definitely have a few more of those. They're excellent. Frankie D had a question: how many smoke in a day? It depends on the day. Usually it's just 1, sometimes 2. Sometimes 3, sometimes 7. No, I'm kidding. If I'm doing a like my herf, if I have like a herf party, I'll be definitely smoking 7, but that's a rarity. That's not usual. Case in point, I had one earlier today, so this is cigar number 3 for me, and there'll probably be a 4th one before the stream is over.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which,
that's what I like to hear.
It's time to give away another prize. So, this next prize, we got another really cool cigar travel case here. This one is from Bald Eagle. This is a new company. They just sent me this cigar travel case. Holds about 5 cigars each. And it's got a built-in hygrometer right there in the middle there. That's nice. Beyond that, I'm also going to be introducing a 5-pack sampler of J.C. Newman cigars. We got the El Baton Bellicoso. We got the Cuesta Rey 95 Cameroon. We've got the Brickhouse Maduro Mighty Mighty. We've got the Maximus Robusto number 5 Diamond Crown Maximus. And then we've got a Perla Del Mar Corojo in Toro. So those 5 cigars, plus this travel case. And I'll throw in a little cheap cigar cutter and lighter in there just to round out the prize. So that's going to be the next prize. And we got to come up with another trivia question here. So let me think about this. Got to come up with something to ask the crowd. Let me think about this. Okay, here we go. Got it. This is another Jono's trivia theme question. This has to do with Jono's cigars. So, what was the name of the first cigar brand to ever send me cigars to review? What was the name of the first cigar brand to ever send me cigars to review?
Do you want me to put it in chat or say it?
I'll just go ahead and put it in the chat. Oh, no, you can. No, if you want to do it, you have to put it in the chat. Although I feel like I'm giving unfair advantage to you.
Oh,
got a couple of guesses already, but they have not been correct yet. Ironically, it's not J.C. Newman and it's not Drew Estate, although they have sent me a lot. They have definitely sent me a lot. And I just need the name of the company, not necessarily a specific brand of the company. No, it wasn't Gurkha. Gurkha has never sent me anything. It is not Dunbarton. It is not Gran Habano. It's not Aladino. It's not Oliva. All good guesses, but none of them are correct. It is not Privada. Believe it or not. It's not Sanj Patel. Not Crown Heads, not Room 101, not A.T. Fernandez either. Not Rojas. All of these are very good guesses, but none of them are correct. This is going to be a bit of an obscure brand. Not a lot of people know about it. I can give you a hint and let you know that they have most of their cigars made at Eric Espinosa's factory. It is not Tatuaje. It is not Foundation. It's not CAO. It is not Ezra Zion. It is not El Septimo. Definitely not El Septimo. I've never had El Septimo on the channel before. Too expensive. Not the Fighting Cock. Not
that flip cigars, FLVR.
Nope, not Definition. Oh, hold on. Whoop. I think we got a winner here. Jules, you are correct. It is Protocol Cigars. Well done.
way to go, Jules.
You are the winner of the J.C. Newman 5-pack sampler and this very handsome cigar travel case from Bald Eagle. So please email me, jonocigars@gmail.com. Send me your mailing address where you would like your prize sent, and I will send it your way as quickly as possible. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that
Cheers,
just leaves the grand prize left to be had.
Oh.
All right, so I got to pull up random number generator.
If I want to win this grand prize, do I need to get off?
No, because this is already. I'm taking this from the comments on that first announcement video that I did like a month ago. Okay. So that just comes from those comments. There were 63 comments on that video that entered into the giveaway. So I'm just going to get the random number generator up, put in 63. And then I'll just generate the number. And once I pick the number, I'll count which number comment it was. And that'll be the person who wins. So I'm going to go ahead and press generate now. And the number is 15. All right. We go to the video. I can't remember who did the 15th comment. That was too long ago. Let me go to that video. Oh, there it was. Hold on. Here we go. All right. The 15th comment was done by, pull up comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, shit. Number 15 was Cigar Hound Dog. I am going to give Matt of Cigar Hound Dog, you have every right to claim this prize. However, knowing who you are, I know there's at least a chance that you will offer that prize to be randomly drawn again. So I'll give you the opportunity. I'll give you the opportunity to do that. Of course it would be Matt of Cigar Hound Dog that wins this. I mean, he's certainly deserving of the prize. He's been extremely generous to the channel. He's been a great friend. He's a great reviewer. Does he need another thermoelectric humidor is the real question, though. So
Probably.
Yeah, probably. He's probably running out of space. So I'll wait for him to chime in. Hopefully he's still on the live stream. And like I said, it's certainly his if he accepts it. I'm waiting to see if he wants to accept the prize. If he does, by all means, I will send it his way. No problem. But I know Matt, and I know there's at least a chance he might want to give that to somebody else. But we'll see. Matt, are you still there? He was on earlier. There's a lot of people here who are like, come on, man.
Doesn't need it. Are all the CEO ballers excluded because they're already balling with like better humidors?
Right. Oh shit. Let me message him real quick in case he's not on the stream. Well, I got emails from the other winners, so I got your information. Yeah, you're not lying there, Kurt, dude. That guy has probably, the Cigar Collective is about the most apropos name for that guy. Now, I'm just going to put it out there that Matt's going to have the choice to either keep it, which is obvious. He can also keep it and give it to somebody else. Also his choice. It's his after all. Or he can opt for us to do another drawing, which is fine. I'm fine with any one of them. So everybody who's watching with bated breath, don't give up yet. It's not necessarily over. We'll have to wait and see.
Your encouragement is well needed.
Yeah, so pretty soon, this week is like hell week at work right now. We've got so much stuff going on. And then after this week, we got one more week when my brother is out of town for vacation. He's taking his vacation first. So I'll be kind of doing his duty for a while. But then after that first week of July is over, I'll have a lot more availability. So there'll be definitely another Jonas Trivia Night sometime in the month of July. And then towards the end of July, I'll be on vacation, in which I am not doing anything for the channel. I am just spending time with the family and relaxing as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Texas, do you guys do anything particular vacation-wise?
Nothing recently. I think the most recent thing we did, we went up to Dallas to that Great Wolf Lodge, that indoor place. We went there. I actually stayed home when my wife wanted to go to the coast. They went to Galveston with the kids, but she went with one of her friends. Like, it was like one of her chick friends. She was like, "You can go," and I was like, I mean, I don't want to like.
Right.
It kind of worked. Like, I got my peace of mind to get her girl time, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many different things to do around here in South Texas. I mean, we got rivers, we got lakes.
Yeah.
Growing up, I was a lake rat. Always going fishing, or just whatever. I'm a very very earthy person.
Yeah.
Not in the sense where I don't take showers or use deodorant, but I like being outside. I enjoy being outside. Yeah, like the human body's not made to be inside all the time.
No,
like,
definitely not. Yeah.
At all. Yeah, as I'm in front of a computer outside.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm outside right now too, but that's another reason why I like the summertime so much, because in the wintertime it does get cold enough where you really can't spend that much time indoors. You can't spend that much time outdoors, rather. So when the weather gets warm, that's one of the biggest reasons that I prefer summer and spring to the other seasons, just because I just like being outside as much as possible. So, and I've been just doing a lot more concerted effort to just get some actual sun time in every day. It just definitely improves everything when I get some actual sun exposure, which is great.
You get more vitamin D from natural sun.
Oh yeah.
Not to go on a nutrition rant, but you get more vitamin D from natural sun than a supplement.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely, that's true. But a shout out to Bill Jeske, who had to sign off. Thank you for tuning in, sir. Have a great night. And who else? Someone else just had to sign out too. Cigar Carpenter, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great night, sir. Appreciate you stopping by for the live stream. Yeah, we go up north in the summertime to Wisconsin, in that peninsula that sticks up in Lake Michigan. We've done that like 7 times. This will be our 8th time going up. I just love going up there. It is so quiet. It is so peaceful. The weather is absolutely perfect in the summertime. The water's just right there, and it's gorgeous. You can swim in it. It's a little cold, but that's fine. They don't have shit for cigars up there, so I always bring my own, which is fine. But
isn't that where? No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was gonna say, isn't the Umabog Lake?
That's
cigar?
In I want to say that's in it's either in Minnesota or it's in New England somewhere. I don't think it's in Wisconsin.
Okay, I was gonna say that'd be cool. Like, go find the Umabog Lake and go smoke an Umabog on it.
Umbagog. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I still need to try. Yeah, cigar. Yeah, it's in Vermont. Cigar Collective just told me it's in Vermont. Yeah, I thought it was in New England somewhere. So, yeah, I really need to try the Umbagog Bronzeback. Heard a lot of good things about that cigar. I like the original a lot. I really like that cigar.
That one's made out of the Mi Querida? Is it the blue or the black that it's made out of? Like, basically the scraps.
Yeah, it's basically the bench scraps for that.
Yeah, no, I enjoy the Umabog. I haven't had the Bronzeback yet. I was making a list last time. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I'm making a list of things I want to try that I'm going to buy again. She was like, if you put that much effort into other things, I was like, don't. Please. Just let me be. Let me be.
Yeah, but it's so much more fun doing this.
Yeah. It was
Like
like
once I gotta let my cat in.
Yeah, man.
All right, Texas, we're taking over.
Yeah. All right. What do y'all want to talk about? Oh, never mind. Jonas is back.
I'm right next to my door. It's
Back
all
to
right.
PG. Back to PG. It's Jonas'
I
show,
got-
so
I
we
got
can
one
get
for
wild
you.
on my show. It's okay. Whenever I can get my phone to work, on my YouTube lives are, I don't know what happened to my phone or whatever, but my lives are just shot. So I've been just trying to do Instagram for now. So I'm gonna have to go through some major upgrades and on my side. So just really busy right now with work and family stuff. We're in the gauntlet of June. Like for us, we got 5 birthdays, anniversaries, all kinds of like June is just the month it's probably worse. Like spending wise, it's probably worse than Christmas for us with birthdays.
Yeah, with all the birthdays, man. That's the way it is with us in February, because my birthday's in February, my oldest daughter's birthday's in February, and our anniversary's in February. All 3 days in a row, just boom, boom, boom. Makes it really easy. Makes it really easy for me to remember our anniversary, though.
Right. Well, our twin's birthday is tomorrow. My oldest son, his is June 1st, and then my wife's is on the 15th. But we got married on the 14th. We got married in Vegas 15 years ago, so we have our anniversary. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Like we did the drive-through at the Little White Chapel in a limo. We did a drive-through wedding, like easy peasy. We were just like, we don't want anything fancy. Let's go to the drive-through and get married. Okay, so 15 years, it worked. So
yeah,
I'm still alive. She hasn't killed me. So
yeah, that's kudos. We'll be 15 next February. So
that's awesome, man.
So 2025.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and she's very very supportive of my hobby choices, so that helps.
Yeah, mine hates mine. Yeah, she doesn't like mine. She did try to buy me a humidor for Christmas, and I was like, that's gonna make me like smoke more. I was like, I already got stuff, and so I told her no, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
and so I mean, I know people do different things. Like I've invested in Tupper doors, which work perfectly.
They do.
Tupper door. I mean, I went to dollar store and I got like a bunch of like $2 Tupperwares for like some overflow, and I got like my regular like crappy Amazon humidor, which is actually pretty serviceable.
Yeah.
But I do different things like as far as that goes. But yeah, she actually bought me a humidor as much as she hates my cigars.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's love right there. And I was like,
true love, baby. True love right there. Yeah, and Kurt, like, my wife is the exact same camp. Although she has gotten much better. Like I love sitting on the back porch after work, after dinner's over, just to light up a cigar. And she likes to sit out there with me now. And now she can actually do it and doesn't bother her that much if we're outside. This is a product of COVID, weirdly enough. She lost her taste and smell hardcore after COVID. And took her a long time to get it back anywhere close to what she had before. The silver lining, though, was she told me that cigars smell better now. So it's like,
there you go.
I'm not saying COVID was a good thing, but you know,
but it's a good thing. Well, that's like for me, like I didn't smoke. I mean, back in the late 90s, I worked next to a cigar humidor. It was called the Cigar Club here in San Antonio. Yeah. I was in high school and I worked at a little pizza shop like between like my junior and senior year in high school. And at that time, you only had to be 18 to buy cigars, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so I always had the people come over to the pizza place, and I made friends with them, and I would go buy cigars over there. So I, like back then, late 90s, like you had your Romeo, your Julietas, you had your obviously Cohiba was always there. I mean, your Macanudos, like all the classics, like all those were there.
Right.
And then I smoked cigars here and there, like through the last like 20 years. COVID hit, like we were home all the time, and I literally got like a magazine in the mail for like to buy a sampler. It was like get 20 cigars for like $15. one per household. I was like, you know what? Why not? And
Yeah.
so I sure enough got it's a sampler of 20 cigars. And I started kind of like going down the rabbit hole, like getting acclimated. Because like when I was younger, like I was like, oh, this cigar is good, this cigar is bad, you know,
Right.
kind of thing. Like I really couldn't differentiate other than it being a light cigar versus a Maduro. I knew Maduros were stronger. Like some things I liked, some things I didn't like. But going through that sampler, and then I started like watching more of, like the YouTube, the more videos, like getting more like educated on stuff, where you can really expand your palate, like learn different things, and then like, especially like watching you guys too. Like probably for the last like 4 years now. It's been a nice little interesting journey, but I mean, I pretty much had a cigar hiatus for 2 decades.
Wow.
And I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to catch up on it now to make up for time. So, but man, there's so much stuff out there like now compared to like
So
20
much.
years ago. Like it's ridiculous.
So much, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was talking with Adam earlier. It's like, he said, I'm trying to keep up with everything, which is almost impossible because, I mean, I jokingly said, yeah, there's like a new cigar every 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
it's not that big of an exaggeration, though. I mean, there's so many cigars out there. And, I've been doing this for 7 years and, literally have smoked thousands of cigars and reviewed hundreds of them. But that's just scratching the surface of what's out there. There's so many things, which is great because, I mean, I don't have to worry about running out of things to try or things to discover.
Speaking about trying things, have you tried that one cigar I sent you?
It's coming up. I'll be smoking it soon.
I won't ruin the surprise. But
all right.
I ran out. I already gave mine away, so
that's cool.
Spreading the wealth.
What do those things retail for?
For pre-release, I had to purchase 10 of the SP10 14 blacks. So I gave you 2 blacks and then one of the other ones, and then
Right.
So you buy 10 SP10 14 blacks to get the 5 pre-release.
Gotcha.
So there was really no price point on it.
All right. Oh, guys, we got an update here. We got an update here. All right. So Matt, now that you've responded, you have the choice. I am not trying to pressure you into making a decision one or the other. You can keep it. You can give it to someone particular, or you can let me just do another drawing and I'll do it that way. What would you like me to do? This is effectively your humidor. You can do what you want with it. You want it fair and square, and I'm a man of the people. I'm just going to do things as on the level as possible. So you just let me know. You want me to do another drawing? I'll do another drawing. You want to give it to someone? You give it to someone. You want to keep it? You keep it. And just to clarify, this isn't just a humidor. There's also 20 cigars from Blackbird included in this price. Okay. He has given me an answer. New drawing for sure. Okay. Here we go, guys. For everybody who's still on, you don't have to be on the live stream to win this. I will reach out to whoever actually ends up winning if they're not on the stream right now. All right, generating a new number, and the new number is 41. All right. I'm going to have to do some more counting here. Give me a second. All right, here we go. Starting at Matt, which was number 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. And the answer or the winner is Saljenko. Saljenko. Saljenko is the winner.
Sal.
I know Sal. You know Sal.
Sal's a good dude.
He's a good dude. I'm going to put this up there on the screen. Saljenko, you have won, brother. You have won the humidor. You've won the 20 cigars from Blackbird Cigars. So congratulations to Sal. I don't think he's actually on the stream, but I know how to get a hold of him just through the comments on YouTube. So we can get that humidor to you sometime soon. If you happen to see this at some point, just reach out to me by email, but I'll try to reach out to you to try to make contact for you. Oh, that's ironic. How about that? All right. Well, congratulations to Sal. He's a deserving winner, I think. He's another up-and-coming YouTuber who's got some stuff that he puts out pretty regularly. So happy to award him this electric humidor and the cigars. Congratulations. All right. Well, now this is the time where I have nothing left to do. So I'm just going to keep smoking my cigar and chat with anybody who wants to. If anybody else wants to come in on the live stream, feel free. Send me an email. I'll send you the link. You can join us. The more the merrier. So we've got this new logo.
Products?
Say it one more time.
You had any Big Sky?
Yes, I have had some Big Sky. They're good. Montana-based cigar company.
Got the El Profesor right now.
Okay. I don't think I've had that one. I've had the...
had the what?
I've had the Cryptid, and I've had a couple of the other ones of their core line that are really good. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for letting him know. Yeah, I need to try some more of the Big Sky line, though. They do good stuff from what I've had. You're welcome, Lewis. I'll get you your prize shortly. So when's the next video dropping for the Bourbonist, Adam?
We just dropped a really big one yesterday. Demetrius Kane of Nobleton Distillery was our
Local
guest.
distillery.
He's a good buddy of mine. Yeah, that was I got a message this morning from one of the listeners, and they said so she lives in Texas and she works in Mexico, and she said she has to commute every day, and she was laughing so hard that she was crying, and so Border Patrol was concerned for her.
Wow.
So, but Demetrius is a phenomenal human being. Very, very weird in a good way. But I mean, grew up in the middle of nowhere, no technology till he hit college. Just he grew up on a 43,000 acre cattle farm.
Wow.
In Oregon. Yeah. And so he's got a really cool story, and he's just a good guy. But there's
so for the people at home, give us a little backstory about Nobleton's Distillery, because this is near and dear to my heart because it's a local company.
So Nobleton's it's 9 generations of distillers, family distillers. They've been making whiskey since before Prohibition, kind of perfecting their craft, whatever. And so it wasn't until Demetrius got out of college and was just trying to figure out what he wanted to do. He owns his own cattle farm now. It's 400 acres. He raises Black Angus cows. Yeah. But he's very respectful and very very close to his family heritage. And so he came here and bought some land that his family used to own out here in Union, and built a distillery on it. And so they've been selling for about, I want to say 7 years now, but kind of slowly, whatever. but then started getting the attention of Scotland because, so for those that don't know, from like Lake of the Ozarks, a little bit north up to like this kind of St. Charles County area, and then all the way south, and then a little bit into northern Arkansas is called the Ozark Highlands.
Right.
And so he started calling his whiskey the Ozark Highlands whiskey. Well, Scotland reached out to him with a cease and desist because they were like, we're the only ones that are allowed to have the Highlands. And in response to that, he paid a bunch of lawyers in barrels of whiskey, and they sent Scotland, the country of Scotland, they sent them a pallet of coffee and an American flag as a, you know what, we're going to do what we want because you don't own a word. So, but he went, so we met him. He's one of those guys who are like, if you get along with him, quick friend.
Yeah.
And, so we've known him for almost a year now, and he's a really good guy. But back then he was doing about 5,000 bottles a month. Now they're up to 35,000 bottles a month, and they're being distributed across the nation. And it's, I kid you not, I'll put it up against any bourbon, any whiskey in the world, and it'll blow your mind. Absolutely outstanding. Their staple whiskey is Planters. It's a blue label. Actually, got a bottle right there.
What a nice looking bottle that is, too.
Oh, it's beautiful. And what's hilarious is he's a super private guy, but he wanted to do our podcast because he's starting to understand
and he was a great guest too. Like he just,
oh yeah,
there wasn't, there are some guests you get where it's like pulling teeth to get him to say anything. Yep. And then there's other guests like me that don't know how to shut up. So he was a nice medium, man. He was just perfect. He had just the right amount of things to say. And yeah, it was a great guest.
Yeah. But he's, they're working, and there's a lot of companies that use his distillery that he cannot disclose.
Yeah. But
a ton of people are getting a hold of him, and they're like, we want your mash bill now. Like,
cool,
we'll pay upwards of whatever you need.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's cool watching how the bourbon market has really expanded into other production regions. It's very similar to the cigar world in that, before the embargo, the only player in the game was Cuba. They were really the only ones that were of any significance in the world of cigars.
Sure.
And then the embargo forced the hand of cigar makers to start, that and people just fleeing Cuba and getting out of the hellhole that it is, and knowing that they weren't going to change their way of life just because they're moving to another region. So you had this a huge eruption of new markets. And now it's really cool now because for the longest time, all the cigar snobs in Europe just refused to look at anything that wasn't Cuban. And with the economy worldwide being what it is, now they're like almost forced to, because they can't afford to keep paying, upwards of $40 to $50 a cigar anymore. They have to look at other markets. And now they're really giving New World cigars a good look. And they're thinking, well, actually, these are better than the Cubans we're getting right now. So it's really kind of exciting seeing both in the cigar world and the bourbon world that, there are players in this game that can make a really, really good product that rival the original regions. And I welcome it. I think it's cool. I know the purists hate it, but I don't care. That's a great move, and I think it's a good thing that that's happening. Really excited that it's in our home state, which is really neat.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
There's a lot of we'll be having a 1-year anniversary party in October, and we're planning that out. And Demetrius, I can't say a lot. I cannot.
Totally.
And that's mostly because Demetrius has asked me not to.
Right.
But I will say he's going to have a big hand in it.
Nice.
And so
that's fantastic.
We're gonna have some really cool stuff coming up. And
see you later, Kurt. Thanks for tuning in, man. Have a great night.
But yeah, Demetrius is one of those guys where he's just fun to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he gave me probably when we first started this thing, because we met him when we dropped our first episode back in October.
Right.
And he caught wind of it because we're friends with the owners of Una Vida Tequila, One Life Spirits. And then, of course, Oliver of Vita Nova is also friends of theirs. And so that kind of friend group reached us out Demetrius caught wind of us and was like, you guys need to come here now because we're opening a tasting room and all these things. And so he and I kind of had a moment alone, and he goes, Adam, I'm going to tell you something. Because I was kind of debating on whether this was going to go anywhere. Statistically, most podcasts don't get past 20 episodes.
Right.
That sort of thing. And he was like, I'm going to tell you something. The worst thing this world can tell you is no. So just freaking try everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Just do it. Why not?
That's right. What do you got to lose, man? You have everything to gain and nothing to lose. It's a no-brainer.
Exactly
if you're not going to swing, you're not going to hit. So
that's right. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yep.
Michael Scott. Oh, wait.
Wayne Gretzky.
Right.
What's up, Albert? Thank you for tuning in, sir. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Thank you and welcome.
But we'll have. Now is as good a time as any. We need a Wednesday wind down guest for July.
Hey, like I said, my July is a lot more open than my June. That's for sure. Yeah, I still. So when you do the Wednesday wind down, is that where you're in your actual studio there?
Yes. So we do 3 episodes in the studio a month, and then 1 episode at Billy G's, which is a local establishment for those listening. It's kind of like the
Great
premier
place. Been there a
restaurant.
bunch.
Yeah, and they love you over there, man. Every time they're there without you, or every time we're there without you, they're like, "Where's your bearded friend?"
What can I say? Well, that's fun. Yeah, I like Billy, but I like being at Billy G's. It's just I haven't been to your studio yet, and it's a great setup. I'd like to be there. So one of these days. And to be fair, you have invited me a bunch of times, and the timing has never worked. So it's mostly my fault. It is not from lack of trying that I've not been out.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. And that's another thing that's just we're learning. When people are available or when they're not, it's all about scheduling.
Right.
And, me and Dan, who are the front runners, and then of course Joe, who helps run the business, but more, let's face it, he's a pretty face and a nice voice. But
he's a very handsome man. Very handsome.
But
he's a very handsome man, probably the most handsome man I've ever seen. Probably, obviously, present company.
I was waiting. I was like, when's he pulling it out? When's he pulling Trump out? But we've learned through more and more that the more popular you get, the more people want your attention. But the more people want your attention, the less time you have. And so
that's also true.
It's a little, yeah.
Very true.
But, we went to the Bourbon and Brews Festival together June 15th out here in St. Charles, and we got let in. So I had my wife came with us, and my baby, my 4-month-old was with us, and it was a little hot that day, so they let us into the VIP building because they were like, well, we'll let you in for the baby to cool off. Well, Dan and I turn around, and the Bourbon Society was like, hey, we want to interview you for the podcast. And we're like, how do you know about the podcast? And they're like, we want to interview you. And then so Jamie Rivers, the former St. Louis Blue, who now does 101 ESPN. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
He's standing there while we're doing the interview, holding my child. And I look off camera and I go, Is that Jamie
Where's my
Rivers holding
baby?
my kid? But he'll be on soon as well.
great.
So, yeah. This isn't about me,
pretty cool,
Joe.
man.
Come on.
What?
This isn't about me. It's about you.
Yeah. Well, hey, I like to get conversation going. I can't be the only one talking all the time. I want to be able to support local endeavors. So we're talking about Nobletons. We're talking about the Bourbonists. This is all good stuff. Keep the attention local. It's great.
Yeah, don't get me started. I'll just take the show off the rails. So
It's all for entertainment purposes.
It's true.
How's that El Dorado smoking?
Man, it's still so good. Even down here in the final third, I'm getting close to nubbing it, and it still just tastes fantastic. And this is the second cigar I've had since starting this stream, and it's still tasting great. A lot of the time, you get that second cigar out, and he's like, I've had this cigar on a fresh palate, and it tastes way better than it's tasting right now. This is still tasting fantastic. It's still great.
Yeah.
But I was doing it right. Started off with a more mellow cigar so that the next cigar up, which would be a little bit bolder. And then I've got the Olmec ready to go for after this one's over. So, yeah,
there you go.
I came prepared.
Yeah.
Ready. Although I know I'm going to have to get something else to drink because I'm just about out of coffee. So I think it's time to pull out some. Sorry, I had to kill Junebug. I think it's time to pull out some bourbon here pretty soon, too. So. Have to get out some.
Do you know what you're going to choose?
Uh-oh.
Well, I was just gifted another bottle of the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be pouring that. Although I do have some Blantons in there. Not sure. I'll decide soon.
What's your favorite cigar this year so far?
This year so far, I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's definitely some contenders for the number one spot, but right now, I think the number one at this point is the Rojas 10th anniversary. I just absolutely loved that cigar. I need to smoke some more of it. I got a bunch of them now. Smoked it a couple times, and both times that I've smoked it, it was just the perfect, full-bodied, full-flavored cigar, which is right in my wheelhouse. I love when I find a full-bodied cigar that it's not out of balance. This one was in perfect balance. The flavor notes were rich. They were really complex. They were really, really, really well-balanced. Just loved it. It's definitely the cigar. I think at this point it's the one that scored the highest. And the next one that's a possibility is the Atabey Black. That one was outstanding. I'm just a revelation of a smoke. Really expensive. They MSRP at $50, but it's good. You have a hard time finding them anymore below 75 now.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to have friends in the right places that both of the ones that I've had so far were just gifted to me. So
Nice.
that's a plus. Haven't had to spend any money for those, but man, a really, really good cigar. And I get annoyed with cigars that get that expensive. But man, I feel like I'd almost be willing to spend $75 to get another one. It was really good.
That good, huh?
It was really good. The one thing that the Rojas 10th anniversary has on that one is it's a $13, $14 cigar.
Right.
It makes me love that cigar more because it's so affordable.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is a special release, 10th anniversary. I don't know how much. I don't know if they're going to be making any more of those. I just don't know. I hope they do. I hope they just keep producing that blend if they can replicate it because it was so good. It was a fairly limited edition. There's only so many of them that they made, but I really just dug it. That's a term I've written about this. That's a term that actually kind of annoys me. The term limited edition.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a silly term. It's like as opposed to what, the unlimited editions that are just like there's an infinite supply of them or something. Like, no, every cigar is limited. I like it when they say a special release or a special edition. That is a little bit more accurate, I think. Limited edition just seems kind of silly to me, but that's semantics, so doesn't really matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Sticks to the shore. He says the number one for him so far is the Coroneta Maduro. I just got done reviewing that cigar, and that is one I was okay with it. I feel like this is a cigar that's got a lot of aging potential. I feel like that is a cigar that's really going to be good after a few more months. So I want to revisit it later. Anybody had that one yet?
I have not.
It's one of Crown Head's newest things that they just put out. Yeah, Albert, they're so good. If you like chocolate and black cherry in particular, those are like the core notes that I got off of that cigar, and a lot of supporting flavors beyond that. But the core was just this sultry, very dark, very creamy chocolate, and then just this wonderful candied dark cherry, which just blew my mind. Loved it.
Did any of you guys ever get cherry off that West Tampa Red?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So the West Tampa Red, I had it like 2 or 3 times. I got like that cherry note, and I really enjoyed it. And then I tried it a 4th time, a 5th, a 6th, a 7th, and I could never, ever get it again. So I don't know if normally I keep my cigars at like 65.
Yeah.
Mid 60s, low 60s. I was like, man, like, do I just need to let them rest longer? Maybe it's a production thing. Like, I know things happen. Like, I want to try it again, but like the first time I had it, man, that cherry note hit so good.
See, I get a lot of really sweet red cinnamon off of that cigar.
Yeah,
and
I just haven't been able to duplicate it.
It's weird too, because cigars, they change. After they've sat for a while, they change. They're just not the same anymore. Which is both good and bad, but can be bad. It's just when you're chasing that experience that you had the first time, and a lot of it can be just conditions of when you smoked it. What did you eat that day?
Right.
Were you tired that day?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest. I enjoyed. I know people hate the cigar, but the first time I smoked the Camacho broadleaf, it tasted fantastic, and it was almost like the same thing. Like, I had it again, it was good. Then I had a bad one. Then I had a good one, and then the last, I kept on chasing to get that, because I wanted to buy a box at the very beginning, and I had like a 5th, a 6th. I went all the way up to 10, and then it was just like mineral, like the penny taste everyone's getting. So I don't know if it was like production or what, but I just kind of gave up on it.
Yeah.
Like, I was telling you, like, everyone, this is a great cigar. It tastes really good for $10. Not bad,
Mm-hmm.
And I just never could get that same experience again. But man, the first one I had was so good. I wanted to buy a box of them. But
and I don't like to talk down on cigar companies in general as a rule, but Camacho is one that has just been perennially disappointing to me every time I've had one. And I haven't had a Camacho in probably over a year at this point, just because I've had so many subpar experiences with them. I was just like, okay, there's so many other things I'd rather enjoy at this point than Camacho.
Oh, totally. Yeah, like I may buy a couple and like put them aside for like however many years.
Yeah.
But man, like it was, and it sucks because I told other people. Well, I know like other people have reviewed.
Right.
It.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Matt. Matt went through he was a sport, he did it. And like I felt so bad. I was like, man, I told him this cigar like was so good, and it just tasted like crap when he had it. And I tried it again. I was like, man, it is crap. Like, what the heck happened?
Well, yeah, it's funny with Matt too, because he's got a particular palate. It's hard for me to figure which ones he's going to like and which ones he's not. Sometimes I'm surprised by stuff that he does like, because I would have thought, oh, well, I didn't think he would actually go for this one. But yeah, there's always been this back and forth between me and him because I love AJ and he's not crazy about AJ, although he's starting to come around. He's been smoking a lot by Vida La Vida, which is done by AJ, and he really likes those a lot.
That Viva La Vida, yeah, I think he sent me one, man, and I had it. I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. I would smoke it again, totally. Like that's actually a good cigar.
All right, I'm gonna go grab me a bourbon because this one's about done, and I'll be right back.
I wonder how long he'll be gone this time.
Last time it was like, what, 10 seconds? Like, oh, he's back. Never mind.
How'd you get into cigars?
Like I was saying, like earlier, back in the late 90s when I worked at this pizza place in high school. Yeah, like I worked next to a cigar shop. And so that's where I first started learning about things. And then I started like going to different cigar shops and trying stuff. But I mean, back then it was just more of like, I would probably only smoke like once a week or something. I was in high school and like I really couldn't smoke. Like I was playing sports and athletics. I was like in football, so like smoking at the time probably wasn't very conducive to like sports.
Right.
But like of course when the seasons were over, man, I definitely indulged. But as far as like truly learning, I mean, just going back to COVID, just like watching, reading, learning, talking to people in local shops, just kind of absorbing like everything, you know. It's been a pretty interesting journey. And now that I've tried so many different things, like I've been able to like kind of hammer down like the things that I prefer, but I still like right now I'm still trying a lot of new things. Like recently, like the best that I've had this year, like just from what I've tried, I'm still going through like all these cigars that I have. That Mildias Maduro is money.
Oh my god. So I smoked that for the first time last week, just off kilter. A buddy of mine gave it to me, and dude, I just like the Connecticut Mil Diaz is one of my favorite Connecticut's.
Mm-hmm.
It's just and so a little bit of backstory. So I'm former bodybuilder, and so I'm used to eating like 6,000 calories a day. Don't do it anymore because that's expensive. But then I switched from food to cigars. So the expense stayed the same. But so my palate's very I prefer a cigar that I don't really care the wrapper. I just prefer one that's I mean the quality obviously means a lot to me, but if I can get genuine specific flavors out of things, I love that. Mm-hmm. Like it's not complex cigars are a lot of fun because I'm learning different palate changes and things like that. But dude, the Mil Diaz Maduro is just I mean outstanding. And the best way I could describe it personally was like a hearty cream. Like I can't even.
Yeah, it's for me. It was like a not necessarily like all the way full body, but I mean it was like a nice. For me, it was like a creamy full body smoke that just it was just smooth.
Yep,
and I enjoyed it. I actually need to get some more of them. Those things are good. Those things are really good. And then I revisited the red meat lovers. I had different red meat lovers, but then I revisited the ribeye, which is, I mean, that was very enjoyable. That has that broadleaf in there, which I like. I prefer broadleafs and the Connecticut broadleaf, and I also like the Brazilian leaves. Like there's some that I like that with the Brazilian. Like I know people may differ on this, but I mean I enjoy like the CAO BX3, the CAO Brasilia, even Herrera Esteli. They come out. They have that that Brazilian Maduro. By Herrera Esteli, that's pretty good. I mean, those are some that I enjoy just because I like that particular type of leaf.
Yeah, those are all really good wrappers. They're all fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I've been digging into, and I really don't smoke too many Connecticut's, but like recently, like when I picked up that one, the Antonio, the other day, that Antonio Connecticut, I was like, okay, for Connecticut, I was like, shit, man, this is pretty damn good.
Yeah, fantastic.
That was the best Connecticut I've had in a while.
Yeah, I just had it was still is, it's still there. They just restocked it, but the Pravada, the Cremo, I do, like blew me. It was one of those another one of those situations where I was just smoking it on the drive home.
Yeah.
I just, smoked it as one of those. Just one of those, all right, I'm driving home. I got like an hour drive. Let's do this. And I mean, just blew my mind. I got like cola soda syrup throughout. Oh. Talking to myself now, y'all. Did his internet go out? I think so. Well, Sal, hey, congratulations on that humidor, pal. I think his internet went out.
There we go. Yes, a big congratulations to Sal. Just let me know your address. Send me an email, jonascigars@gmail.com. I also owe you a humidimeter, so that'll be coming in your prize pack. You got all kinds of great stuff coming your way, man. Got quite a prize pack on the way. So, big congratulations.
Way to go, Sal.
I've had that cigar, Albert. I actually like it. Yeah, it was definitely a peppery cigar when they first came out. Definitely mellows out over with some age, which is fantastic. It's great.
Well, I was just telling Texas about that. Have you had the Cremo?
Mm-hmm. So good. Fantastic cigar. There's another one that Pravada released at PravadaCon, and then they also released it in the club called the Old Man, which was made at the same factory that I believe is the same factory that makes the Atabays in Costa Rica. Just a fantastic cigar.
Yep.
Had that a few times. I don't know if they're still available on their site, but if you have a chance to look, highly recommend checking that one out because one of the best.
They just restocked them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic cigar.
Well, you deserve it, Sal. You deserve it. Happy to send it your way.
What did you think of the Ramon?
The Ramon. Which one was that? The Ramon. Hold on. Oh, yeah. That one. That was the one of the fake Cuban ones from the fake Cubans. Yeah. Really. I've loved every last one of those in that whole series. Every last one that they have put out. I think there's been like 4 of them now. Every last one of them have been fantastic. Really enjoyed those. And I love the fact that they're crafting the bands to make them like those old heritage brands from Cuba. They're not completely knockoff, but they're trying to pay homage to the old branding that they had in Cuba, which is cool. Yeah, I really liked all of them. Just great. It'd be really cool if he could put together just like a sampler box of all of those, because man, that's just a great lineup. Every last one, great.
Yep.
So I'm on to the last cigar of the night, which is the Old Mac Maduro, and I've got Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond.
Can't go wrong, my friend.
Great pairing. Great pairing.
Can't go wrong.
It's a fantastic pairing.
If you're on your last one, I'm going to go grab my last one. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go get something, man. For anybody who is still on the live stream, there's still a few people on there. Just wanted to let everybody know. I wanted to do the announcement sooner, and I completely forgot to mention this because I'm bad at remembering to plug things that are important. Yeah, that can happen with Alec Bradley's. That's true. I just want to let everybody know the pricing has been changed on the Jono's Patreon membership. We used to have a $12, $6, and a $3 level. I am phasing out the $12. So if there's anybody out there who is still on that $12 VIP level, get off of it and do the $6 VIP level. You get basically the same benefits. I'm just reducing the pricing on the Patreon membership to make it more affordable for everybody. You get all the same benefits that you were getting originally on the $12 VIP level. And we can just switch over to that, and I'll just phase out that $12 level altogether. Right now, we're at 21 members on Patreon. Once we get to 30 members on Patreon, normally I do one giveaway a month, which I still need to do for June. That'll be coming sometime soon. Once we get to 30 members, though, I'll be doing 2 giveaways a month. And then once we get to 50, if we ever get to 50 members, I'll be doing 3 giveaways a month. So just to try to get as many giveaway opportunities as possible, that's what's on the docket for the Patreon membership. So even if you're a $3 member at this point, which is the base level, $3 a month, you still get entered to have one entry into the monthly giveaway. If you join in the VIP level, which is just $6 now, you get 2 entries every month. So you double your chances every month to get a prize. And just to clarify, if you win, I have everybody's names who are members. Your names are all entered into a wheel of names. And if you win a prize, your name, if you're a VIP, one of your names gets taken out, and you still have your name in there at least one more time to be released. And then at the beginning of the new year, that wheel gets reset and all the members get put back on. So if you're a VIP, you can win as many as twice a year, and pretty good value, because I give some pretty good prizes away, at least 10 cigars every giveaway. Sometimes there's a little extra. Then I know this month in June, we're going to be having 10 cigars, a 10 cigar sampler, plus a little desktop humidor to go along with it. So whenever possible, I try to put a little extra something in there besides just 10 cigars. But at the very minimum, there's always going to be 10 cigars given away every month. And then sometimes there's something extra. If I've got something I can give away besides, I do that. So just be aware. And I think moving forward, if I don't have anything extra for the giveaways besides the 10 cigars, I'll put in another cigar. So it'll be 11 cigars to make the value just a little bit more. Texas, sorry, your laptop died. It's all good. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Had a great time. Appreciate you chatting with us.
Hey, yo, I'm back. Here we go.
What you got this time?
I'm going to join you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby. Fresh crack. This was a gift from my wife for my birthday last year. And she was like, I didn't know what to get. And I was like, honey, it's the perfect thing.
You did well.
You did well, sweetie. You did well. You're watching me. You're understanding my needs. You're understanding. Yeah, I can't do Trump. I'm not even going to try.
Not bad. It's not bad. Yes, Albert, the Ramona Jonas by AJ. Yes, that's a really good cigar. Really enjoyed that cigar. Still have one left in the humidor. I got to pull that one out at some point and light it up.
All right, here goes.
So, Adam, do you guys have do you guys do a Patreon at all?
No, not yet. We don't. So we're trying to coordinate schedules with 3 different men with full lives. So
right, yeah.
We don't. Everything we release, we try to keep it from getting demonetized as much as we can.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Our goal is to release a Patreon. I know Demetrius is 100% on board with that, because then I could release the 45 minutes of recording that we had that we couldn't release to the public.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird with mine. Like, I can't really post because back when YouTube first demonetized tobacco content, uh, I was looking at other avenues because it was really annoying when I found that they were just not monetizing fully tobacco content. And I was looking at possibly doing Patreon, but apparently Patreon isn't too hip on tobacco content either. So when I do Patreon content, it's not really a lot. It's really, anybody who signs up on my Patreon, all the benefits are off on the side. They're really not listed on Patreon. So like giveaways that I do for people who are members. By the way, Albert Pena, Albert, thank you very much. I saw you just signed up on Patreon. Congratulations and thank you. You are now a hashtag Sago VIP, which gets you two entries every month to the monthly giveaway. So that's very cool. But so I do everything on the side, and I just release the winners on YouTube because you can't even do that sort of shit on Patreon either. Like they flag that, and they're like, "Oh, we'd rather you not do giveaways on Patreon." It's like, okay, fine, I'll do it on YouTube for anybody who happens to be on Patreon. So,
Right. Oop. Oh, there I am. All right, let's see if I can get this going here.
So, Vance, that's a good question. So the answer to that question, there was a lot of uncertainty with, the DuckTales.
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
remember that cigar.
No,
To
this
answer
is
Vance's question, yeah. Oh, the Scrooge. Yeah, but I always called it the DuckTales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good cigar. But to answer K Vance's question, has YouTube backed off from censoring cigar content? Not really. They still don't monetize your videos. The only time you get monetization are people who are watching your videos on YouTube Premium. That's the only way you actually get any monetization because they don't have ads anyway. So that's the only way you get monetization on YouTube, which is probably less than 10% of what you would have been getting otherwise, because there's no ads on your videos. So that's one side of it. There were a lot of people who were getting flagged and had videos taken down and strikes on their channel. The secret that a lot of people, it seemed to escape a lot of cigar content creators on YouTube, was they didn't quite understand that you cannot in any fashion, either verbally or in writing on your videos or in the description, you cannot talk about or mention places that sell tobacco. You can't put anything in your video content or in the description that would direct anybody to places that sell tobacco. You can't do that. So you can't mention websites, for example, where you got these cigars. You can't mention, definitely can't put URLs to places that sell tobacco. So if you don't do that, you basically you can get around having flags or strikes on your channel. Now, that all being said, YouTube's not doing tobacco content creators any favors. You will not be able to have any of your videos show up in anybody's feed unless they have a YouTube account and they are signed in. So anybody who's just casually on YouTube will never see any of your videos as a suggestion in the feed. That'll never show up as something potentially to watch unless they are signed in to their YouTube account. The reason behind that, the reasoning goes, they're trying to protect children. They don't want children to be exposed to tobacco content. Okay, fine. It is what it is. They can do whatever they want. It's their business. They can do whatever they want. So I'm still doing it because even with all of this, call it shadow banning, call it suppression, whatever you want to call it, it's still the best way for me to get content out to as many people as possible because YouTube still reaches the biggest audience at this point. So yeah, that's just the way it is. I really wish we still had the same monetization we had before this crackdown happened. Everyone famously knows the story with Brian Glenn with Cigar Obsession. He had over 120,000 subscribers he was, by conservative estimates, making $3,000 to $4,000 a month from YouTube ad revenue before that started to come down. And he got so frustrated with it, he just got off of YouTube altogether. So I understand the frustration there. I was never at that point, so the same level of frustration doesn't pertain to me. But I'm just doing what I can to put out as much content as I can. The algorithm, there are ways to maximize your presence in the algorithm. The biggest thing that I've noticed was if you do regular shorts for your channel, that really does boost the algorithm a lot. So word to the wise, of anybody who has tobacco content and they're trying to get, their presence boosted, do more shorts. I mean, obviously don't just do all shorts, because you need to have something of substance. You need to have something that you've got to have a reason to be on YouTube. You've got to have something that people can come to that has some resource value. I like to think that my reviews have some resource value. People tell me they do, so I'm going to just go with that. But yeah, do shorts, and I need to do more. I wish I'm not as regular with shorts as I probably should be, but just doing what I'm doing. And we got another Patreon member just signed up. Oh, that's so cool. Who was that? Let's see here. I know we got Albert Pena. Big thank you to Albert. Just became the latest hashtag Sago VIP. And we also have a new one, Lawrence Walker. Well, thank you, Lawrence. Another hashtag Sago VIP. Now we're up to 23 members. I said this earlier, Adam, while you were going to get your next cigar. Once we get to 30 members, I'll be doing 2 giveaways a month. And if we ever get to 50, hopefully we will, I'll be doing 3 a month. So just keep on giving as many giveaway opportunities to people as possible. And there's 2 levels. There's the basic level, which is just $3 a month. And then there's the VIP level, which is $6 a month. If you get in the basic level, you get 1 entry every month. If you're a VIP, you get 2 entries every month, plus a bunch of other things that are on there as well. You get to vote for the next cigars. You get listed for credits on every video that I do. I send you a members-only patch. And, there's a lot of cool things. If you're a VIP, you get a special invite to my annual HERF. A lot of people haven't taken up that. There's only had like 1 or 2 people actually showed up to my HERF who are VIPs because they were, a reasonable distance away from my home. I know it's not very realistic for people, say, like California or Texas, to make the trip up to St. Louis, but sure, the invitation still stands. So,
well,
and there is Lawrence. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate you, man. Welcome to the hashtag Sago family. Everybody wants to be a hashtag Sago VIP. Everybody tells me it's a fantastic club, probably the best club that's ever been. I don't know if that's true. Maybe we'll look into that. We'll see.
I tell you what, people ask us all the time.
I love this cigar.
I was just going to say the same thing about mine. This is But it's AJ, so,
It is. You can't go wrong. You know what's really annoying, though? So you can't do cigar content, right? That's a big no-no. You know what I've been seeing on YouTube on ads for videos that I'm getting ready to watch? Weed companies.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can watch an ad that'll direct you to a site that you can buy marijuana from. That's cool. But no, not tobacco. You might corrupt the youth doing that. Ridiculous. Hey, look, it's Bald Eagle. Hey, Bald Eagle, your product was just awarded to one of our members today. This is going out to someone. And the review of this nice travel case is coming out sometime soon. I've got the video filmed. I just have to edit it and send it out. So big thanks to Bald Eagle for sending that case over. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy.
It is really cool when people start sending you stuff That's the first time that happened. It was just kind of like, holy shit.
Yeah, that
This
was
is a real thing.
ours with Jake Wyatt. They sent us a
Mhm.
5-pack of all their stuff, and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, that's always very gratifying.
It's a great day. Or when,
And
Brian reaches
plus,
out and he's like, I love
Yeah.
your stuff, but have Joe on more. I'm like, okay.
I mean, can you blame him? I mean, it's
No, I can't.
but yeah. So and Jake Wyatt's so cool. Like the company's great. Neil and Gerard are just awesome guys.
Yep.
Every time I'm hanging out with them, they're great, and I like their stuff. I mean, I'm not the biggest Dominican tobacco guy. Like, it's fine. I'm always partial to Nicaraguan, but man, I really like their blends. For Dominican blends, they're good. They're really good.
Yeah. Their new one, the Icarus.
Yeah, Icarus.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to do the first cigar I reviewed for them was the Appendix 2. And man, that was a solid Connecticut, man. They had a lot of flavor there that was really good. Super smooth, but not boring,
That's always a downer for me. So we were talking about year ofs earlier. The Davidoff Year of the Rabbit was fantastic. Fantastic. Yep. The Year of the Dragon was so disappointing.
Yeah.
Because it was flavorful, sure, but it's just the same throughout the whole $75 stick.
Right. Yeah, and so do you remember when Davidoff did the Royal release? Mm-hmm. They first released that a couple of years ago, and that was the $100, the latest $100 cigar that Davidoff put out. Another very subpar, at least for a $100 cigar. Like, if I smoked that cigar and someone told me it was a $10 stick, I'd be like, okay, salad. No, that's not a $100 cigar. No. Give me a break. That's just silly, and what's the most disappointing thing about it too, Adam, is that Davidoff was capable of so much greater things. Like, Davidoff has got enough releases to show that they are capable of doing great things. That was not it. No. So it was they really laid an egg on that one. And I know they still sell, which just boggles my mind. I don't understand who are buying these things. I mean, I guess it's just these purist Davidoff brand loyalty sort of consumer that just like anything with Davidoff's name on it, they're going to buy. But man, thankfully I wasn't the one who spent the money on it. It was just given to me, but dude, it was not up to snuff. That was just, I mean, I've talked about this ad nauseum, but
I've never had one. I had a buddy and I was there when he smoked it, and he was just like, eh. And I was like, how do you at $120?
Yeah, it's like
it's not
better
okay.
Have something more than that. That's pathetic. Yeah, and I've said this before too. As soon as the Kellners went off on their own and did their own thing, and they were no longer blending for Davidoff, is like Davidoff's in trouble. And if they don't find if they don't do some new blending talent, get some new blending talent in their operation soon, they're going to become irrelevant, which is a damn shame because Davidoff has got such a legacy in the cigar world. Yeah. You don't want to see a company like that just go under because they can no longer put out the quality. It's really a shame to have that happen. And I hope that they can turn it around, but man, they're not doing it right now. So just disappointing, disheartening.
Yeah. Yeah, but oh man, what was that new one? The 73 that Pravada came out with?
Yeah.
That Kellner did?
Yep. Kellner's one, yeah.
Have you had it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good.
Now that's a cigar that goes really well with the Scotch. That's a great Scotch cigar. There was another one. that Bravada did that was another really good. It was tailor made to pair with scotches. I think it was called the Honchos. This was a while ago. This is a couple years ago they released that cigar. Yeah, that was another really good Scotch pairing cigar. Just it complements that peaty flavor quality, and I'm not even talking about Isla peatiness. I'm just talking about the subtle peatiness you get from Highland Scotches too.
Right,
Just
all Scotches, yeah.
Just great complementary flavor profile for a Scotch. But yeah, the Kellner 73 was outstanding. And the Henke Smoking Jacket, another really good one. That just really enjoyed that. And again, these are Dominican cigars. It's rare for me anymore to get a primarily Dominican blend that I'm stopping and going, oh, whoa, that's a good puff.
Yeah.
Every time that Henke, the Kellners touch anything, it's gold to me.
Well, then just thank God that they moved away,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just because they take their legacy with them,
Right. Well, that was this cool thing about the Kellner family too. Is like when they were with Davidoff, they were really pumping in some new life into their company, because I mean they were doing really interesting things with hybridization of tobacco strains and creating new tobacco lines doing that, and it's just like that sort of drive just isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
In Davidoff's line, unfortunately. So honestly, I think at least for a time, the Kellners saved Davidoff.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
And now it's like, okay, your savior's gone. What are you going to do?
You're right. What are you going to do?
Absolutely, Lawrence. I'm happy to have you, man. Very excited to have you here.
Is there anything you're really excited about? Or let me ask this. Two-part. Number one, any cigar this year that you didn't expect much out of, but it kind of blew you away?
That's a good question. I have to think about that. There was one. What was it? So the new Charter Oaks that Foundation released, they did the Pasquale, and then the other one. The Pasquale I really like that cigar.
Yeah.
And the original Charter Oak lines were already very good, right?
Uh-huh.
And they were like the value line for Foundation, the everyday sort of cigar, but they were still so good. Like I love the Charter Oak Connecticut, I love the Maduro. I think they're both great. And they certainly surpass the price point and quality, in my opinion. Yeah. I just think they're better than a lot of cigars at a bigger price. So that was already good. But the new Charter Oaks were really, really good. There was another one that it was fairly recent. What was it? Shit. Hold on. Let me take a look here. It was one that I released in the last couple of months that I was just really pleasantly surprised by how good it was. Let me take a look here. I'll find it. Okay, here's one pretty recent, the Gran Habano Anniversario Edition. That was really good. Let's see. Okay, this didn't really surprise me, but it was a really good cigar. The Dunbarton tobacco, the Don Derma, outstanding. Just a delicious smoke. Of course, it's very few cigars that Dunbarton puts out that I just don't just thoroughly enjoy. J.C. Newman did a special release called the Leroy Neiman, and man, I dug that cigar. That's a really good one. I'll see if I have another one so I can dig it out for you next time I see you, so you can try that one. But that one I really enjoyed that one a lot, and it was a little bit of a departure from J.C. Newman's typical flavor profile, and I'm not really sure if I can articulate it that well, but it had a level of complexity that I wasn't expecting from that particular cigar for whatever reason, but it turned out to be really, really good. Yeah, Sal, the Kellners they're fantastic. It's really good. I mean, they are definitely on the pricier side, but to me, I think the the level of craftsmanship that they put into their blends and the attention to details, I think it basically warrants the price point that they put out.
Couple that really surprised me. I guess it's not new, but the blue label Los Tatos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just for a $10 stick was just otherworldly good.
Yeah,
and it's always it's that price to flavor ratio, you know.
Right. Yeah. So I think the Los Tatos, the blue one, is better than the black label. Like the Maduro one was only okay to me. I think it was fine, but the Los Tatos blue label was better.
Yeah, I agree, 100%, 100%.
Sure.
And then, oh my gosh, the new Luciano, the underrated.
Yeah, I haven't had that one yet.
It's a if you find it the right place, it's a $7 to $8 stick, and I mean just graham cracker, baked spices. I mean pure across the whole board. It's just blow you away, fantastic.
Yeah, Lawrence is talking about the Antras, which is a new Lancero that Sanj Patel just put out. I have a couple that Matt just sent me, or no, it wasn't Matt. It was Tony Lorenko sent me. Thank you, Tony. So he sent me a couple of those. I need to try those at some point. Yeah, Albert mentioned earlier. Yeah, here we go. The Mil Diaz Maduro. You guys were talking about this. I mean, that was a great cigar.
It was weird for me. It was full on like Alfredo cream.
It was pretty creamy. But to me, it was more. I just got a lot of creamy chocolate notes out of that one, and I don't like it was just it was the creaminess was just a lot. There was a lot of chocolate. There was a nice espresso in there, very well balanced. I feel like I prefer that to the original Mil Diaz, which is saying something because the Mil Diaz was a really good cigar.
Oh yeah,
really good cigar. Well, that's another one that I had recently that kind of surprised me. I know there's been a couple.
Well, I don't mean to keep ringing the Pravada bell, but Tyler Stites was over here.
Yeah.
If you don't know who he is, look him up. Great Cigar Public writer. But he did an interview with us, which it should be out on Cigar Public.
He'll be coming soon.
Yeah. But we had the Cuban sandwich that night.
Yeah, it's a good smoke.
So really glad I didn't have dinner because I feel like that would have ruined just the taste of the cigar.
Yeah.
But that was fantastic.
Yeah, that one's really solid. So here's one that I was definitely disappointed by, especially considering the original blend was so good. The new Foundation Wise Man Maduro. Now I've had the Corojo, which I thought was pretty good, but the Maduro, I guess I need to try it again. But man, it fell flat. It was off balance. There was a lot of harshness and acrid notes in there, particularly as you got towards the end. It was okay in the middle third, like it was starting to get into a groove where there was some balance in there, and it was pleasant, but it never really got past pleasant level, and really disappointing because the original Wise Man Maduro, I mean, I really like that cigar a lot. I know that the opinions across the board are kind of mixed. There are some people that don't care for it, and a lot of people who do. I was in the latter camp. I really like the Wise Man Maduro quite a bit, and that was another cigar that really aged very, very well. So maybe this is another one. I'm going to let the rest that I have in there sit for a while and see if they don't improve, because it was surprisingly not enjoyable. I was expecting much more from that blend, and Nick Melillo, he's a great blender. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to put out a good cigar. But they changed factories, and they ultimately changed the blend altogether for the Wise Man line, for both the Corojo and the Maduro. So it's kind of starting from scratch really for that blend, but I really was expecting a lot more from that particular cigar. I think it scored less than an 80 when I did. I think it was like 78 or something like that, which is pretty bad.
It's bad.
And it wasn't completely without some merit. There were some things in there that I liked, but most of the flavor just was not there for me. So I'd like to see how it ages. Maybe it'll get better, but not off to a good start. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Which is too bad. They're now made at the My Father factory. And truth be told, I'm a little worried about the My Father factory. More than a little worried. I don't know what's going on because, man, I've had a lot of good cigars by My Father. Not lately, man. And everything I've smoked from My Father in the last 6 months has been like, what is going on?
Who's touching this? Like,
Yeah,
where's
what are they doing? Where's the quality control? This blend doesn't smoke right. It doesn't taste good. There's something off.
Yeah.
And it's like another one of those instances where it's like, don't tell me this is where it's going to be going now. This is a factory that's got too much heritage to just die. You don't want to see that. You want these legacy companies to continue to do great things. And this is a family business with the Garcia family. You want them to continue to do great things, but you get worried when you start having 2, 3, 4 cigars from them where you're just kind of looking at like, what is going on?
Yeah. What's happening with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Once again, not kissing ass, but I couldn't agree more.
Mm-hmm. So they had, so My Father bought out the rights to the Fonseca line, and the original Fonseca by My Father I really enjoyed. Pretty sure I scored that one a 90 when I reviewed it a year or so ago, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Like that cigar a lot. They have one that's got fairly recent. It's a Mexican San Andreas wrapped cigar, Fonseca. Wasn't digging it, man. Kind of boring. So I don't know what's going on. And this is going the same way with the Tatuaje brand as well. A lot of cigars I've had from Tatuaje that I really have enjoyed, and lately not so much. And it's the same factory, so I'm starting to think there's problems in the factory, and they're not really doing anything to rectify it.
Is there any cigars that like an AJ cigar, right? You hear AJ had his hand in it, it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
20 million cigars a year is.
Yeah, and to Eric's point, this does relate to AJ. AJ puts out that many cigars a year too.
Yes.
And his quality is not going down. Now, to be honest though, AJ is a rare find. He is a very, very unique individual. I don't know of anybody else who can spread himself as wide as he has and not let quality go down. I don't know of any other person who has spread himself as far as he has and still maintained his quality of cigars as well as he has. If anything, they're getting better, which is astounding to me. So he's a rare individual. He is personally going to all these different farms that he runs and he owns. He is personally overseeing, at least at part, the fermentation process. He's at these factories regularly, personally looking into the way these things are being produced, how the tobacco is being cared for and fermented. And he owns so many farms too. That's not an easy thing to do. You have to be psychotically devoted to something to be that good and do that much. And I think that's what we've got here with someone like AJ Fernandez. And I think a lot of other people would be very hard pressed to do the sheer numbers that AJ does and still maintain the same quality that he's always had. Yep, that's absolutely true.
What's your experience with the La Zona factory?
La Zona factory is fantastic. The Zona factory is fantastic. The blends, I mean, it's not to say you're not going to get a dud every now and then, because that will happen. But on the on the whole, the Lazona Factory blends are always they're up there. The knuckle sandwich line. I know it seems a little kitschy and a little bit of a gimmicky thing to have a Guy Fieri cigar, right, with the knuckle sandwich. But that line has kept getting better. They did the 56. That's another cigar that I've reviewed recently that I was surprised by how good it was. The knuckle sandwich Connecticut was delicious. The Maduro and the Habano versions are pretty spicy, and I think it turns a lot of people off, which is, I understand that's completely fine. I understand it. But for someone who does like spice, I'm one of them, it's a pretty good stick. And then a lot of his regular core lines, the Laranja Black, the Oscuro, the Murcielago, the Bat cigar. Those are cigars I still love to this day. They're just really, really great sticks. I mean, Eric Espinosa is a very shrewd businessman, and he knows how to get the right people around him to do the job that he wants. And I've met Eric a bunch of times. I spent a pretty good amount of time with him. He doesn't suffer fools, and he definitely is not going to be told by anybody who he can work with, what deals he's going to make with anybody. He does his thing. And this, the stories he tells, of his early days in the cigar industry are so much fun. He started out as a cigar rep, and he would go to these cigar shops and just walk in and say, "Hey, I'm from such and such cigar company. Would you like?" And the cigar shop owners would be like, "Oh, whoa, hold on. If you want to talk to me about this, you got to make an appointment." And he's like, "Okay, fair enough." He would go to a payphone, because this was back before cell phones. He would call them and be like, "Hey, this is Eric Espinosa. Can I schedule an appointment to talk about my cigars? I'm good in about 15 minutes. Can I come over in 15 minutes to schedule a meeting?" And he was such a good rep for the companies that he was working for that they would they let him go because he was making too much money as a cigar rep. And so they fired him. Yeah. And so it's like, okay, well, he eventually got tired of that and was like, okay, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to do my own cigar company. And he did. So I love his attitude towards his business. I love his no nonsense attitude to the way he approaches things. And he's just a really fun guy to be around too. He's very direct. And sometimes people can be turned off by that. I'm not, because you're getting exactly what you see with someone like Eric Espinosa. So,
right.
Well, just good.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, and Albert raises a good point here with AJ, is that AJ's one of his deals with him is that he's trying to make his products as accessible to as many people as possible. So he doesn't deal with a lot of super expensive releases very often. It's rare to find an AJ Fernandez cigar that's above $20. They do exist, but they're not the norm. They're definitely the exception. And that's the way he approaches things. It's like, I don't want to be locked into a particular clientele. I want as many people as possible to enjoy an AJ Fernandez cigar. So, and his New World line is a great example of that. It's a very reasonably priced cigar that's high quality. And he's got a different variety of blends in that line that, will satisfy different palate tastes very well. A lot of people aren't crazy about the original New World Oscuro, but they love the Cameroon or they love the Dorado, and I like them all but for different reasons. But yeah, they are very affordable and they're easy to find. And there's a lot of them. Yeah, I do like the Alma de Fuego. It's a good cigar. Have you had much by Plasencia?
Yes, I am. Not a lot. I wouldn't say. They are the more boutiquey and a little higher priced.
Yeah, they are.
I'm very, very much looking forward to the what is it? It's the one that Pravada released. You reviewed it the other day, or no, you had it the other day. You posted on your
When was that?
a couple days ago. It's the Cavalier Paca, I think it's called.
Oh yeah. Well, that's Cavalier. That's not Plasencia, but yeah.
I thought it's made from Plasencia tobacco, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of cigars made by Plasencia's tobacco. I mean, Plasencia sells more tobacco than they do cigars.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean Plasencia, Nicaragua owns so many farms. Yeah, it's crazy. They put out a lot of really high, and it's a highly sought after tobacco for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah. But that one, yeah, Cavalier is another brand I'm another charismatic guy who runs the company, Sebastian Decope. Very nice guy, very interesting, very fun to talk to, and clearly has a great devotion to his craft, which is always refreshing to see.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting, Sal. He did not like the Cosecha 151. I really like the Cosecha 151.
That's one of my favorite Plasencias.
I really like the Cosecha 151. All Honduran tobacco, which is that's hard to do.
Yeah, Honduran puros are.
It's hard to pull off right, because Honduran as a region, it's easy to let the blend just get away from you when it comes to the balance of the flavor profile, and a lot of times you need to have other elements mixed in to make it work. But somehow I really, really liked it. I'm interested, Sal, what was it that you didn't like about the 151? Because there's a couple people I've talked to who weren't crazy about the 151, but I absolutely loved it. Thought it was a great stick. Honestly, all the Cosechas, the 146, the 149, and the 151 have all been really, really good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That was another Honduran Pearl was the Maya Selva Year of the Dragon. That was the first Year of the Dragon I had. It was the first cigar I reviewed for 2024. Another Honduran Pearl, and it was outstanding. Really impressive.
The what Year of the Dragon was that?
The Maya Selva. It's an expensive stage, $25, which we're talking about $50 and $75 and $100 cigars. It's $25 doesn't seem that bad, but
right, yeah, exactly.
That was one that I definitely thought was probably worth the price. So Sal said it tasted like eating dirt off a. Well, I wouldn't know. I've only eaten dirt off of silver spoons. And I can tell you, dirt off of a silver spoon is much better. But no, yeah. That was not the experience I had with it, clearly.
No. Interesting profile you got there.
Okay. Fair enough. And I'm not going to tell anybody that had a bad experience with a cigar, like, oh, you're wrong, you got it wrong. It's like, no, you got what you got. And I don't know if I got, really good ones and you got really bad ones, or it's just a matter of palate preference. There's so many cigars that I like, and I'll like them for different reasons. And there's certain profiles that are definitely preferable to me for sure. But I am not going to fault anybody who doesn't like a cigar that I do. Right. Palate's a funny thing. It's hard to account for. So, the best cigar is the one that you're enjoying the most right now. So that's completely fine. Point I'm trying to make is I do not take it personally if someone doesn't like a cigar that I really, really love. Yeah, Lawrence, I think you're probably right there. Yeah, it's really funny, though. The 146, Eric, that's another one that it was pretty good when I first got it, and then after it aged for a year, it was really good. it's always so cool when you get cigars that just keep improving with age. We've talked about this a lot. All right, well, my cigar is about done, and we've been out here for over 3 hours, so probably going to wrap this up. Want to thank everybody who tuned in for this live stream. Had a blast. Really had a great time. Talk with everybody. And Adam, thank you for tuning in, man. It was great to have someone on the live stream to talk to, and to Texas Taurus, thank you for chiming in and sitting with us for a while. And to everybody else, thank you. Really appreciate all the support, all the love you guys keep sending me. It's great. Please check out the Bourbonist podcast, not just because I'm on it every now and then, but because it's a great podcast. And these guys are doing good stuff. And
appreciate that very much, Joe.
Of course, absolutely. You can't argue with quality, man. You guys have great quality with your podcast. The production quality is great. I love the conversations. Just love what you guys are doing. So keep doing it. Don't stop.
We'll keep being on, and we'll keep doing it.
All right, fair enough. It works. I think I can accommodate that. All right, guys. Have a great night. See you on the next video. Till then, smoke a good one, guys.
Cheers, brother.